begin their work today. The week-long gathering expected to draw more than 5,000 participants from government, business, and civil society.
It's a coming together of countries with a shared history and a few others who've chosen to join them, like Rwanda. It became a member of the Commonwealth in 2009, following years of frosty relations with France. It's hosting the meeting for the first time amid criticism on its human rights record. The government says it's work in progress. Recovery from the pandemic and climate change will be high on the agenda, and there are growing questions about the future direction of the Commonwealth and its relevance to the 2.5 billion people in its member countries.
The BBC's Anne Soy. Days of flooding challenging authorities in South Asia trying to deliver food and drinking water to India and Bangladesh. Townhall.com. Yellowstone National Park partially reopens on Wednesday, more than a week after floodwaters devastated the Yellowstone region.
Park officials say the South Loop will open with limited visitors, but the North Loop is expected to remain closed through the summer, if not longer, along with one of the major entrances to the park through Montana. Yellowstone also spans parts of Wyoming and Idaho. The closure will deprive visitors from seeing Tower Fall and Lamar Valley. Officials say it could take years and cost more than $1 billion to repair the flood damage from the rainfall coupled with melting snow. Towns surrounding the park were also devastated by the floodwaters, and now the areas that rely heavily on tourism are taking a financial hit. I'm Julie Walker.
More hearings on tap this week by the House Committee. It's been investigating the U.S. Capitol riot. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to it.
Yeah.
So we had a bit of a power surge, a power outing actually last night downtown.
A little bit of one.
A little bit of storms there.
Yesterday was nice, man.
I do dig the rain. It was nice to get some of that in. And
it was an awesome dose of kind of both things. It was hot in the morning. It was just warm enough that we kind of, were able to do the pool thing early in the day. We wrapped up, went home, kind of got, tired and got nappy or whatever. By the time we woke up from our little, mini naps, it was all rainy and cloudy outside. It was nice. It was like having 2 different days.
A tale of 2 days.
A tale of 2 days.
Well, we're officially in monsoon season. We got good rain chances today, tonight, next couple days, really. So we'll get you all into that here in just a little bit. A little cooler today, 92 for a high.
Yeah.
Which compared to what we've had,
that's amazing.
It's kind of pleasant.
Mm-hmm. So. Somebody turn the AC on. I'm able to walk into my house and not just feel miserable at the end of the day.
Yeah. Of course, now we got muggy, which we don't know how to deal with. But
yeah, it's going to be a little humid. It's okay, though, because I think the rain's going to tamp that down.
Well, we're looking at, we got like a 50% chance.
Mm-hmm. It only got up to about 75 after all the rain and stuff yesterday.
Yeah, it was it was nice.
Very significantly.
It was nice, but enjoy that. But yeah, it did knock power out downtown and kind of mess things up here for a little bit. So.
It was like raining while we were out doing our second half of outings yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And I told Rhiannon, I was like, see this is free air conditioning right here. I just rolled the window down, hung my arm out, let the rain fall down. The little raindrops hit them in the back. It was nice.
They like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told Randy, I was like, it's like Roswell went to the splash pad.
Yeah, it kind of is. Well, good. Sounds like you had a good weekend.
It was good.
Good.
It was full.
Yeah, I did watch a couple things on TV and that I dug. I saw a movie and 5/8 of a TV series.
5/8.
Yes.
All right.
Well, at least the first
5 episodes.
Yeah, of 8 that are released. But,
okay.
Yeah, I checked out on Paramount Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Kim and I Saturday night watched Jerry and Marge Go Large.
That I've seen really good things. It's based on a true story.
Yeah,
and it looks really
based
really
on true
good.
events is the term they use.
I'm gonna say Bryan Cranston is one of the greatest character actors of all time.
Annette Bening is great in this too.
Annette Bening, yeah, just the way they can both just take any role and just own it.
Rainn Wilson's good in this.
Oh, is Rainn Wilson in it?
So the premise of the movie, it's really good. Check it out if you have Paramount Plus. Kim and I both really enjoyed it. The premise of the movie is Bryan Cranston's character is married to Annette Bening. Mm-hmm. He worked for Kellogg's,
right?
As I don't know. I guess he did something with formulas, and he's a very astute math.
He's a
person.
chemist.
Yeah, well, no, he's not a chemist.
No, not in this
but
one.
He's a mathematician as far as numbers go.
Cranston just looks like somebody who's in his head a lot.
Yeah,
it makes sense. He gets those roles.
He plays a lot of those roles.
Mm-hmm.
But so anyway, he retires. That picks
they
up.
Force him to retire.
Well, yeah, his product line is I guess terminated or something.
Mm-hmm.
So he's forced into retirement. And anyway, he lives in some small town there in Michigan. And his buddy, who's also his accountant, is kind of telling him, and he's like, you should invest in the stock market and this and that, and, risk it more.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, that's gambling. I don't gamble, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And then he comes across a lottery game called Windfall. Mm-hmm. And I guess it's played in several states. And
it's supposed to be Powerball, is what I've gathered.
Well, he in the movie he plays a game called Windfall, and he figures he finds a perfectly legal anomaly in their formula, basically.
Right.
Basically, figures out that on certain weeks when the payout's down, if the more tickets you buy, and it's like over 10,000, it's like guaranteed you're going to get money back. Mm-hmm. And so first he does it and he invests, like 10 grand, and he ends up winning like 12, and then he comes back and wins like 15, and then he starts getting the town involved nearby. But then the Michigan stops carrying Windfall, and turns out Massachusetts is one of the few states that carries it. So him and his wife drive to Massachusetts every week to this small town there. Mm-hmm. They run in with Rainn Wilson, who owns a convenience store in said small town. And then they start the operation, and it gets bigger. And then there's some kids at Harvard who figure it out, and they start in competition.
And they start running the same scam.
So it's kind of interesting, but it's based on a true story. And of course, at some point the lottery gets shut down and everything. But that's kind of the story, and it's. And then what I like at the end is when they show the credits, they show like the real people and all that.
I love when they do
all that stuff.
Those are awesome.
But it's called Jerry and Marge Go Large, and it premiered on Paramount Plus like Friday or Thursday or something. So.
I hope that they came up with the name of that movie before they decided what it was about. They're like, I don't know, like Jerry and Marge Go Large. Cool. Now let's find a story that we can associate with those two names.
Throw some darts at that.
Yeah.
But great movie. Thoroughly loved it. It's not even a long movie. It's like an hour and 38 minutes or something.
Yeah, I saw the trailer. I definitely wanted to check that one out.
It's a very good movie. Kim and I both thoroughly enjoyed it. The other thing we checked out over the weekend is Melissa McCarthy. She and her husband have a series on Netflix.
Okay.
It just came out last week as well, and it's called God's Favorite Idiot. And they're 30-minute episodes.
Is it a sitcom?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but it's a little. It's not for TV sitcom because they cuss.
Sure.
It's
script based. It's not like okay.
Yeah. It's a scripted 30-minute show, think of more Community in that vein than like Family Matters or Family. Those.
If you've ever,
it's not the laugh tracky kind of sitcom.
If you've ever seen the movie Bridesmaids,
yes,
the dude that she ends up like cornering,
he's
in the
air marshal on the airplane.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's her husband.
Yes.
They're two of the together like the most phenomenal improv couple I've ever seen in my entire life.
Well, the premise of the show God's Favorite Idiot is her husband. They work in some kind of tech support business where they're helping people like on Google or something like that. And so they all work in this office, and they're kind of misfits a little bit. And they work in the same office, but they weren't friends. They were kind of friendly, but it's a group of them in the office. But anyway, Melissa McCarthy's husband, I can't remember his name. He basically is out in his yard and gets hit by lightning, and basically he's chosen by God. There's a battle going on between, heaven and hell, and so he gets chosen by God to basically convince people to, believe. And so he meets with Melissa there, and they kind of become a couple. And so their whole thing is to go and do stuff. And it's pretty good because he can glow and he does these, it's funny, right? But it's kind of cutesy too, but it's neat. There's cussing. I'll tell you this right now. They cuss in this and things. But if it's Melissa McCarthy
it's
level,
more true to life
humor. Yeah. But I've watched the first 5 episodes, and it's odd but entertaining. And I'm kind of curious. I'm curious to see how what happens after the 8 episodes, and they issued all 8 at once. It wasn't as like other streaming networks. So I don't know if that's the whole season, or they just gave us 8, and here in a month or so they're going to give us another 8 or something.
It could just be like the first part, maybe.
Netflix will do that.
Boy, do they ever.
Yeah, so we'll see. But
Stranger Things right now, actually.
First 5 episodes I thoroughly enjoy. So.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's not bad. I should do the rundown. I haven't done any of that today. Oh, yeah. We're going to replay an interview this hour, and then we got guests joining us in the 8 and 9 o'clock hours this morning. This hour, we're going to replay our interview we had Friday. Tracy Fry with the Roswell Public Library joined us, talked about summer reading program and some of the things coming up. So we'll play that for you. In the 8 o'clock hour, about 8:15, Elliot Rodriguez with Loan Depot is going to drop by and comes by once a month and gives us an update on what's going on in the housing market. Probably a little bit different than conversations of past in the world we live in today with inflation and all of that, interest rates and everything else. So it's a little bit different. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, about 9:15, Chavis County Health Council will join us. Probably going to be Carrie Moore and Joanne and Jennifer back with us, and we'll get an update on there. Of course, they're doing the T-shirt design, and I think they're getting all that wrapped up for the logo turned in here by the end of the month and all that stuff. So we'll get an update from them on how the health fair and all that's going on. So, and then we'll have all of your features that include the news of the local, national, variety, town hall business. It is an observance of Juneteenth today. Yesterday was actually the holiday, but the federal government reserves Juneteenth today, so don't be waiting around your mailboxes today, or the bank, or stock market for that matter. All 3 are closed today. So.
But we did have a livestock report.
We do.
So,
and it is in.
Yep.
And we're going to play it. But not
yet.
Do. But first, here's your weather, because we do have that. Enjoy it, because they talk about rain, which makes us
might enjoy
happy inside. Here it is.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We'll be in the mid-90s today with a mix of sunshine and clouds, but we do have some of that monsoon moisture coming into our area, so a good chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon, and some heavy rainfall will be possible. Showers overnight and down to a low of about 70. Scattered showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon again on Tuesday, a mix of sun and clouds, and our high around 90. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 68 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 73%. Winds currently out of the east at 6 miles per hour. We are looking at a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms. They say mainly for this afternoon. They say some storms could produce heavy rain. Mostly cloudy today with a high of 92. South winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. shifting to the southwest later today. They're saying less than 1/10 of an inch, except higher amounts if we actually do get a thunderstorm. 50% chance of rain for tonight as well. Once again, some of those storms could produce some heavy rain. Cloudy with an overnight low of 69 degrees. West winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. New rainfall, they're saying 1/4 to 1/2 an inch possible tonight, overnight. 40% chance of rain for showers and thunderstorms for you Tuesday. Once again, mainly for the afternoon. And once again, some of those storms could produce heavy rain. Mostly sunny with a high of 92 tomorrow as well. Northeast winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Chance of rains at 20% for tomorrow night. Partly cloudy with an overnight low of 68. South winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Wednesday, they're talking mostly sunny and 94. East winds 5 to 15. Thursday, we're looking at a 20% chance of showers. Otherwise sunny with a high of 97. Friday, sunny, hot with highs right back around 100 again. And then looking at the weekend, 101 and sunny on Saturday, 20% chance of showers, sunny and 95 on Sunday. So good rain chances here today and tomorrow. And then those kind of dissipate later in the week. But a couple lingering in there just because it is monsoon season. All right, it is 7:19. We're going to take a 3.5-minute commercial break. We'll get your Roswell Livestock Report in right now, quick break. And then on the other side, our interview with Tracy Fry from the Roswell Public Library. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Good morning, this is Smiley Wooten at the Roswell Livestock Auction. A good June run this week with a nice selection of all classes of cattle, especially high-quality native calves and yearlings with condition. We expect to sell 650 head, breaking down like this: 75 to 100 weighing cows and bulls, 50 to 75 pairs and bred cows, 550 calves and yearlings. Today's sale will include 15 to 20 cow-calf pairs, mostly excellent quality black, white-face Angus cross cows with Angus calves at side, 5 to 10 years old. 20 to 25 bred cows today, mostly excellent quality black, white-face Angus and Brangus cross cows, bred to Angus, 4 to 10 years old. 60 calves and light yearlings, the Cordova Ranch, Los Lunas, New Mexico. Excellent quality Hereford crossbreds, thin, long age, weaned 60 days, 450, 600 pounds. 20 light yearlings, Slash VR Ranch, Lovington, New Mexico. Ex-quality black, white-face, red, white-face Angus crosses. Cattle weaned long time, 2 rounds of shots, 550, 650 pounds. 23 calves, Mr. Charlie Clark at Moriarty, New Mexico. Ex-quality black, white-face Angus and exotic crossbreds, medium condition, 400, 650 pounds. 23 calves, Circle Bar Ranch, Balmorhea, Texas. Ex-quality black, white-face Angus and Brangus crosses, 400, 550 pounds. 21 calves, Erskine Cattle Company, Wink, Texas. Excellent quality Charolais crosses, medium condition, 375, 500 pounds. And 25 heifer yearlings, J and G Ranch, Denver City, Texas. Good quality English crossbred yearlings. They are heifers and they are yearlings, 550, 700 pounds. Sale time this morning will be 9 o'clock. Sell pairs of bred cows 9:30. Be selling calves and yearlings about 10 to 10:15. Also mark your calendar. No sale Monday, July the 4th. And we expect to sell 650 head here today. This is Smiley Wooten, Roswell Livestock Auction.
This is the moment you've been waiting for. You've convinced yourself it's warm enough to swim in your pool for the first time this season, even if the temperature still carries a hint of fading cold. Who cares? You've paid your winter dues. With hours inside and too much pie, it's time to open your pool. Barbecues, suntans, and games of Marco Polo. Here you come. The only question is, how ready is your pool? It has been waiting patiently for this day too, ready to make your neighbors drool. If you rely on BioGuard products, get ready to slap on some sunscreen and fire up the grill. Not only does BioGuard provide simple solutions, they also have expert dealers who can help you be the best pool owner you can be. Because when your eyes sparkle at the side of your pool, they should always return the favor. Visit your BioGuard dealer at Mays Lumber, 115 South Virginia in Roswell, and start the season off right.
We cut to order, special order, products sold and new. You can count on Mays Lumber Company.
This lot is hot. The summer of savings is on all month long at Roswell Nissan with scorching savings on a fresh lineup of amazing vehicles like a 2018 Nissan Altima for just $319 a month, a 2015 GMC Terrain for just $269 a month, or a 2016 Jeep Cherokee for just $209 a month. Zero down, no payments till August, and top dollar for your trade. And bring in your mailer for the chance to play Lucky Lotto and win cash. The summer of savings on now at Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd, or shop online 24/7 at roswellnissan.com.
The inventor of Pringles is buried in a Pringles can. I wonder if they got their hands stuck putting him in there. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 9:27, and joining us in studio, all the way from the Roswell Public Library, all the way like 3 blocks away here.
What was it? 1.5.
1.5. I overlooked it. It was bigger blocks. But Tracy Fry back with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Good. How about you?
Doing good. And good news, everybody. The summer reading program is officially in full swing.
Oh, yeah.
It got underway the 6th, I believe,
Yes.
right? And unfortunately, you missed Snow Cone Day.
Yes. And then our snow cone machine was acting up, so we'll do snow cones again another day.
So we might have to do a IOU snow cone event or something like that.
It was working for a period, and then it started acting up, so we had to shut it down, but we're ready to it's good now.
We're ready to get flavored ice to you once again. So,
yes.
Good. But summer reading program is in full swing. If you have not signed up yet, good news is now's a good time to still sign up because you got all of July and the rest of this month to get your summer reading program obligations done. So you still got a little time to get your reading requirements done. Don't forget, this is not just for the kids. Yes, you can sign your children up for the summer reading program, and I highly recommend you do, but mom, dad, parents, adults can also sign up for the summer reading program.
Yes.
Your prizes will be more for your speed, not
gift cards.
Unless you're really into racer heads and stuff that the kids are into. And if you are, I'm sure we can make.
We can accommodate them then.
But we got better prizes that would be more appealing to you. But yeah, this is and then one thing about this is obviously we're hoping parents sign up too, and they participate with their kids, and they read together as a family. That's the idea. But you don't have to have kids. If you're just an adult that loves reading, come on in, sign up. You can do your reading. We only ask that you have a library card in good standing, and you read material from the library.
Yes, that's
so. And it is honor system. I understand that you can get books that the library has from other places and stuff. But what we're trying to get you to do is come see the library, come see the books, come find things from the library that appeal to you, and then you check them out. And so we're encouraging you to go treasure hunting is what we're trying to do.
Yes.
Is you go and dig through the shelves and find those books that, maybe are new, maybe they were written way before your time, but you find an interest and a spark in them, and that's what we're trying to do. So, but anyway, now's the time to sign up for that, and all you need to do is just come to the library, go to the front desk, say, I'd like to sign myself or my family up for summer reading program.
Right.
As far as the kids, do they have to be there to sign up, or can parents sign up? What's the rules on all that?
We had parents come in and sign up because their kids was in Vacation Bible School or in Peggy's Camp Invention.
Yes, yeah.
So the parents will come. You don't have to have your children with you. You can sign up.
You can sign up without your kids.
Right, and we'll give you the swag bag and the little badge that we give them.
Okay.
And then when the kids come in to choose their books, then they'll get their prizes.
Gotcha. So so when they get their prizes, hopefully they're coming in and you're giving them to them. And obviously, if there's other arrangements need to be made, we'll make those kind of things happen. But ideally, at that point, we'd love to have the kids because we want the kids, especially if they're an age where they can be a little more independent and things like that. We want to teach them how to kind of navigate the library on their own. I don't know do they still do this in schools where they teach? Like I remember in elementary school, we would go to the library and learn about the Dewey Decimal System. And I know there's not card catalogs sitting around anymore and things, but we kind of learned how the library was organized. And I didn't know if that was still going on in school, or I know you're at the Roswell Public Library, but I didn't know if they were still teaching kids
I think they are, because when we had schools come visit, they were asking where
Very familiar.
Yes. And we were showing them that it's actually now on a computer, so
gotcha.
The kids enjoyed that.
Oh, good.
And then the younger ones were bringing in that little Remember how they used to give you that thing to put if you pull up books so you know where to put it back?
Oh yeah, the mark or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So we had school kids, like kindergartners, come in, and the teacher would say, "Okay, make sure you put it back." I
love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Good, because I think that's so. And so the idea is we want to get your kids more opportunities to do that kind of stuff, because I think we know when you have the child actively a part of picking the books they're getting to read and things, they're going to actually be more invested in wanting to read it, and because they were part of the decision process, and they, whatever. And I'm sure it's and kids are just like adults, covers and things do. You always hear don't judge a book by its cover, but I'm sorry, we do that. We look at the cover. Ooh, it looks exciting. Looks like something I want to read. Or that's too romancy for me. I'm out. Whatever it is. That usually, but that look determines yay or nay for a lot of us on some of that stuff.
That's why we kind of steer them towards the catalog. If they said like they're looking for a book about turtles,
sure.
So I can take them to the shelf, but I know they like to use the computer to look, and then they look at the covers and they say, "Well, take me over there." And then they look from there.
Good, but that's great. And so you want to get, and so please, if you can, bring your kids in to experience that kind of stuff. Yes. Now, obviously, if time doesn't work or they're a little younger, no problem. But if they are of age where they're doing, please, the library would love to let you come and use this as a learning experience for your children. And while they're there, get them to learn about the different activities and things that are going on a weekly basis or a daily basis in some cases.
And then come in also to play in our learn and play area, to play with the car and the boat.
That's been about 2-3 months now that's been in the library now. So if you haven't had a chance to come see that yet, use this as an opportunity while you're signing up for summer reading and all that good stuff too. I know also it's always part of summer reading program is some special fun events that are part, whether it's a sing-along type thing or a project thing or a thing with animals. So I'm sure we've got a plethora of some of those events in the coming weeks that we want to put on people's calendars here.
So if they came in on Wednesday, we just had the puppets. So we had Megan Casey from Rocky Mountain Puppets, and we had a very nice crowd. We had close to 200 people come through.
Good deal. So that probably filled up a good hunk of library. We get about 200 people once in there.
Right. We just put them in the Bondurant room so everybody could spread out.
That's your catch-all there. You can kind of. That's the best place for doing like author talks and any type of group setting type thing. That's probably the biggest room to accommodate that kind of stuff. So.
Yes. So today we're going to have movies. Every Friday we have movies.
Friday's movies, yeah.
And today it's going to be Alvin and the Chipmunks Chipwrecked. And it's at 11 a.m.
I'm trying to get in my lexicon of the Chipmunks movies. Where does that fall? And I'm thinking that's one of the more modern ones.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be 11 a.m. We'll have popcorn. We'll have lemonade, and we do have a new STEM teacher. Unfortunately, he's not feeling well today.
Because
I invited him to come, but he couldn't make it.
So
today.
Next time we'll get our new STEM representative to come.
Right, and he normally does like a little STEM activity afterwards. Since he's not feeling today, and it's normally at 1:00 after the movie. But if you're interested in the STEM activity, just call first to make sure he's coming in because he had to go to the doctor.
Okay, so it's to be determined for this week.
Right.
But no worries. If he can't do it this week, he'll be back in full swing next Friday. I'm guessing.
Right.
So, but like I said, this is something that you can kind of plan. So if you make plans to come out to the Friday movie with your family, then stick around afterwards, and we'll do some of the STEM fun stuff with the kids. And what age is that STEM? Is it like elementary school age?
Right. It's mostly elementary school age, and he kind of accommodates whoever walks into the room.
So whether they're in first grade or even fifth grade, it's still. Right. But anything past that's probably a little.
Yeah. I think they might not be that. Enthralled.
It won't be as exciting to them or new to them because they've been on the earth a little bit longer and experienced some of these things. So
once or twice.
their wisdom is so too great for that. I'm just kidding. Very cool. But so that's coming up today.
Yes.
What about here this weekend or next week? We got some stuff going on.
Yes. This Saturdays are always our fun day, and I believe this weekend we'll be doing the Legos. And Matt, who's our STEM teacher, will also do a STEM activity if he's here afterwards, connected to the Legos. So it's always some sort of STEM activity. He's trying to include STEM activities.
Sure.
In some of our
and Legos are such a great tool because they like we said, it's generations of people that love them. And really your imagination is the limit on what you can do with them. If you just keep, put more blocks and more things. And with that, you can teach a lot of science and engineering and math there. So it makes sense. So, yeah, good deal.
Okay, and then next, we're still doing our Mother Goose on the Loose in English and Spanish on Tuesdays. English at 10:30 a.m., Spanish at 5:30 p.m. on Tuesdays during the summer.
And as we said every time we talk about this, please, let your kids go to both. Let them learn the Spanish, the English. The more you expose them to them, the younger, the more likely they're going to embrace and understand. And next thing you know, when they're adults, they may be speaking Spanish, English as fluently as can be, and that will serve them very well in life.
Yes, they can avoid those classes in college.
Absolutely, and it may all started because they were absorbing that stuff in story time at the library, and that's how kids and when it comes to foreign language and stuff, kids are sponges. Yeah. I don't know why education doesn't have us learning that stuff in elementary school instead of high school, because I think a lot of that would stick if we did it.
Oh, I think so
then,
too.
As opposed to, because by high school time they're trying to focus on math and this and their college things and so
on algebra.
And so, you know what I mean. It's just and so unless a second language is not part of that plan, they don't care about it. Whereas as young, they're going to suck it up and absorb it, and they can incorporate it into whatever at that point. So I hope the trend someday gets to where, kids are taking Spanish and French in elementary school instead of high school. But we'll see. That's another lesson for another day.
Another lesson for Okay.
But anyway, my point is, I highly recommend that when you bring the kids out bring them to the Mother Goose Spanish version, the Mother Goose English version. Let them hear, and maybe back to, do it so they can kind of hear the differences and understand, what because if English is their first language, they're going to understand that better than their Spanish and vice versa on the other way. But either way, they can compare and contrast and connect the dots there.
Right.
So very good. Sorry, I got a little too long on that.
That's all right. I'm used to you now.
Yeah, you're used to my windbagness.
And then on Wednesdays, we have our music and movement. It's a story time, but it's more music based. So next week, also on the 23rd at 10:30, we're going to have Pirates, Dogs of the Sea, which I'm looking forward to.
Nice. Okay.
It's going to be dogs doing a pirate show.
Dog pirates.
Yes.
Cool.
And it's Denise Gard is bringing her famous border collies, and they're hunting for treasure upon the 7 seas.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm guessing their treasure's not the same as our treasure.
Well, I'll let you know.
I'm thinking, I just feel like their treasure's like probably bones. You know what I mean? Because dogs like bones. And they bury the bones. So, I'm looking for gold doubloons. These guys are probably looking for bones. But,
Might be McDonald's. Who knows?
Or if it's Scooby's, then it's Scooby snack dogs.
There you go.
But either way, I don't think they care about this. But anyway, it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be cool, and the kids will love it. And
yes.
And everyone loves dogs and pirates, so now you get the best of both worlds. So it'll be a cool little fun puppet show. Right?
Well,
is it puppet or is it
no?
more?
It's the actual doggies
are
coming. So I'm really looking forward to this. Only one show at 10:30, and the dogs are trained
train to be the pirates.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Someone look at the audience and be like, "Wait a minute, is that Mike Winters?"
It could be. Well, because I know even the dogs are trained. Dogs, they might see a kid that they're happy want to go pet and say, "Hey, come pet me," and that might take precedence over the rest of the pirate show.
The show will be interrupted for a couple of minutes,
which is a-okay because everyone wants to pet and touch the dogs anyway. So.
Right. Exactly. Who doesn't want to pet a nice dog?
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. You get to come and meet the dogs and and I'm sure afterwards you can kind of meet and greet and pet the dogs and talk to the trainers and all that stuff. And so, but yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. So, again, these types of shows, they're free.
Right.
Everything's free. But it's first come, first serve. And so if you want to get a good spot, you might want to get there a little earlier because the early person gets the good seat.
Exactly.
So, and what's the date on this one again?
This is Thursday, the 23rd, next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
At 10:30 a.m. It's only one show.
Okay.
So get there.
Get there or miss out.
Exactly.
Yeah. And again, 10:30 next Thursday at the Roswell Public Library.
Right.
Again, part of the summer reading program. You don't necessarily have to be signed up for it to enjoy it.
Because we had people who have come in that are not
But we would love you to. While you're there, you might as well. 23rd, yeah, you still could do it. But while you're there, go ahead and sign up and stuff and enjoy the Pirate Dog Show. And then maybe grab your first stack of books to get reading at while you're there, too. So definitely. But, again, this is all part of that fun and stuff, too. So, all right, I'm sorry. What's next we want to promote? I know we got quite a bit here.
And then on the following, all of our classes are going to fall on a Thursday, the special performances.
Okay.
So the following Thursday, which is the 30th, at 11 a.m., we're going to have a visit from the zoo.
Okay.
Our zoo.
Gotcha. Spring River Zoo.
Spring River Zoo, and they're bringing Kevin, the guinea pig. So.
Ah, okay.
So
they bring animals for all to come and meet and interact with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Why not?
Well, that's what you do. You want to go and and anytime you get to see the animals not at the place you're supposed to see the animals, it makes it that much more fun too.
True.
I do, at least my opinion, because the guinea pigs. It's cool to see them at the zoo and stuff, but it's much more fun to take them out.
What
and
is he doing reading that book?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
They don't let you usually touch them and interact with them at the zoo because that could be dangerous. But here, it's a structured environment, and they have some fun. So,
right.
Yeah, good deal.
And they're going to be talking about ocean devotion, which is about keeping our waters clean.
Okay. Very good.
And then the following Thursday, we're getting into July now. July 7th, we're going to have oil pastels. It's a painting class.
Okay.
With Taja Ramaj, who was the one who did the stenciling on the in the library.
Oh, okay.
All the painting in there, the pillars, the seasons.
Some of the beautiful work and stuff there.
Right.
So if you want to learn a little bit of how some of that's done.
That one, unfortunately, is full. But there's a waiting list. So if you want to get on the waiting list, you're more than welcome.
Well, it sounds like it's pretty popular. So if it's already filled up and we're it's next month. That doesn't happen at the library very often. Things get filled up a month in advance, but it does happen once in a while.
We have another painting class which is full too. I think there is a desire in the community for their kids to get acquainted with painting.
Well, it sounds like we're going to have to offer a few more of those classes, I guess, if the demand's that great. So.
Yeah, I think so too.
So I'm guessing, methinks you'll start seeing more of those in the coming months here, maybe even outside the summer programs here.
Yeah, we probably should at least do it once a month.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it sounds like if there's that many people wanting to see and wanting to learn more about it, that's
just they want to let their child experience the painting.
And that's what the library's here to do, is serve those needs of the community, and all of that is continuing education, which falls in that the mission statement of the library, which is perfect. So good. Well, I'm glad they're taking and embracing it, and who knows, we may have our next generation of artistes that'll be doing their stuff all over town. And they all start in the library.
Roswell?
Yeah. Well, we have a great little arts and music community anyway, and so I think this just enhances that and makes it. It's the parts of the community that make us more closer than different, you know what I mean? And that's what I love about it. So please come out to these. And like I said, even though these are full, when the next ones come out, we'll let folks know and sign up. Keep checking back with the library periodically to say, hey, do you have any more of these classes that I can get on?
And if they want to get on the waiting list, they're more than welcome, because sometimes people get on the waiting list, and then when you call them, they're not going to make it. So you never know, you might be able to.
Life happens.
Exactly.
But get on the waiting list.
And our very last class for the summer reading will be our ukulele program, which we still have spots for. And it's July 21st, which is a Thursday. And we're going to have 2 classes at 10:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. And they're going to teach the children how to play ukulele. Okay. We'll have the instruments
Ukuleles will be provided.
Right.
Do they still give those to 4th graders or something in schools? I know that was a thing for a while there. I know you're kind of not from here.
I don't know.
But I know I know they taught it, but I know they do recorders.
Yeah.
And I think ukuleles. But see, back when I was a kid in Maryland, there was no ukulele.
Right.
It was just.
In Brooklyn, there wasn't either.
Yeah, no ukuleles in Brooklyn?
No.
I feel like that could be a movie. Ukuleles in Brooklyn.
There was a tree in Brooklyn. One tree.
We had one tree, but no ukulele. But yeah, definitely. So. So cool. That'll be fun. So, but like you said, there's a couple spots left, but that's filling quick too. So, if you really want to get in on the ukulele, I would sign up this week if you can. Maybe come in today or tomorrow and call in and sign up.
Or if they're coming in for the movie today, they're more than welcome.
Yeah, while you're coming by to see the movie, which by the way is the Chipmunks here. Which Chipmunks movie is it again?
Chipwrecked.
Chipwrecked. Chipwrecked.
Right.
Not Chimp-wrecked. Chipwrecked. I want to say Chimp-wrecked. That's monkeys.
Shimp. I was thinking, not the monkeys. I was thinking of the Three Stooges.
Oh yeah, Shimp and
Curly and the rest of them.
Man, I kind of miss those. I haven't seen the Three Stooges in years.
They come on Saturday.
Do they?
On MeTV.
Oh, okay.
So my husband always watches it. So.
I need to set that DVR or something because it's been a while since I've checked out a good Three Stooges show. And
you just sit there like this and go, and shake your head.
Well, it's fun. It's just fun because it's so devoid, and you can there's nothing going on there. It's just sometimes we need that little bit. So when you can't get it in a book, you can get it on Three Stooges. So
there you go.
But and again, of course, for folks like we said, now's the time. If you have not signed up for the summer reading program, you still got time. Again, kids, adults. If you breathe and like to read,
right,
or learning to read, then you can sign up for the summer reading program. And don't forget, your infant babies can even sign up, and you can read to them, and that reading counts toward your summer reading requirements and the baby's summer reading requirements.
And we still have the swag bags. So if the kids you want to sign up your kids, they're going to still get a bag.
While supplies last, we got the swag bags. You'll get one as supplies allow here.
Yeah.
And then, of course, like you said, there is incentive for signing up. You complete the program, you get prizes and things like that.
Right, you get a raffle to win Kindles and marble runs, and we have a lot of gifts in the back.
Yeah. And for the adults, like I said, the Kindles and stuff, but
the Kindles for the kids, and then for the adults, they get gift cards.
The gift cards for like restaurants or retail or whatever. There,
exactly.
So, perfect. But anybody likes free shopping ways or things like that, And we're running out of time, but I'll tell you this: I know a lot of people are anti-gift card at like Christmas time or birthdays. Not me. I'm the opposite. If you just want to give me copious amounts of gift cards, I'll find. I mean, if it's to weird things that no one wants, but like your Amazons or places that everybody goes, I will take that any day. I don't mind. Because to me that's part of the adventure. I'm like, ooh, I got $50 to spend on nothing.
Take note, everybody.
I'm just going to tour Amazon. And next thing you know, I end up with some weird ice trays or something like that. But I mean,
you use them at a party.
Yeah,
there you go.
Exactly. But it's because to me it's kind of like, ooh, this is money I didn't earn.
Yeah.
I can buy something that is completely devoid of usefulness for me or anything.
Exactly.
Something because if I have no, I'm not wasting money on that. But it's a gift. It's gift
Why
money.
not?
I'll do it in that.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, that's my philosophy. So, so all you poo-poo on gift cards, maybe reassess it a little bit. It's not personal. I'm like, look, they thought enough to know that I'm confusing, and they said, here, just go about your day. And I'm like, well, thank you, I'll love it. So anyway, again, if you have any questions about anything we talked about with summer reading program or our regular program, because on top of this. There's the regular stuff that's going on, like the quilters still meet.
Not the quilters, but the crocheters.
The crocheters, I'm sorry. Crocheters, they like if you want to learn chess and those kind of things.
Chess is the first of the month
they're
on
still
Saturday.
meeting every,
First Saturday.
I'm trying to think. There's a couple others I'm missing too.
Then there's the coloring club that meets on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
We have the Tech Tuesdays where you can come in and ask questions about your device, how to download a book or whatever.
Yeah, if you want to utilize some of the online resources for the library, but that's a little intimidating or confusing, those are days you can come down, bring your tablets and stuff, and they'll set you right up and help you navigate through all that stuff. So, yeah, very handy. Because even how expert you are, sometimes you're even like, well, I can't, because I've gotten within apps, and I'm like, I can't find it, or they update something on you and they move it and you're like, dang it, I don't know where I had it all down, now they moved it on me.
Right.
So, but anyway, they can help with all those on Tech Tuesdays too. Good deal. Is there anything we missed?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Of course, don't forget books. You can check them out and all that too. They've got the drop off outside that you can drop off. You don't even have to go in the library to do it. I'm telling you right now, if you're trying to cheat the system on turning in late books, it has a scanner. It knows exact times you do it and all that. So if you say I turned it in a day ago, the computer will know if you turned it in a day ago.
Right.
So, not that but I'm just saying if you're trying to use that as a move to get out of turning in a book late, it's going to know when you do.
And they give them a grace period anyway. So
yeah. Well, and the whole point is to get you to return the book. They're not going to, that book was supposed to be back yesterday. What's going on? But
we're going to need those back.
Yeah, but if you're holding on to it like you bought the book, then they're going to say, hey, we'll bring that back. We got some people want to read it.
Right. And if they want to renew it and no one else is waiting for it, just give us a call and we can renew it.
Oh, and one last thing, too. If you've got summer plans traveling about the state and out and about here, don't forget the Roswell Public Library, thanks to New Mexico Tourism Department, is offering these passes that will get up to 6 people into many various museums and other things around the state, whether you're going to Albuquerque or Las Cruces or Lincoln, New Mexico, or some of these. There's about 15 or so different places around the state that you can go and get in for free, basically. It's like up to 6 people.
Right.
And you're going to save some money, too, because, like, just for instance, you go to Lincoln to go see the courthouse, I think it's about $10 to $12 a head, something in that ballpark. 6 of you, that's $60 right there. I don't know about you, but I could use $60 or 70. That's just 60's low ball. It's probably more like 80, 90, maybe even 100 by the time 6 of you. I could use that extra money. You get it for free. Now, how it works is you check it out for a week like you would a library card, but you get it for 1 week. You can't reserve it. You can't renew it.
Right.
You get it for 7 days. You pick it up, and then 7 days later, you got to bring it back to the library here.
Right.
So you probably want to check it out like the day before you go on your vacation.
Right.
And return. Now, like the big thing is it's no reserve. If it's there, it's there. Usually there's several. So
yes, there's plenty.
But you can't pre-order, you can't pre-register, you can't reserve it. It's just first come, first serve.
Right.
And you get it for a week. So so if you're going to Cruces or Albuquerque or Santa Fe, or wherever, go to the library, inquire about, just go to the front desk. You can see the list of the different places it'll get you into. If it's some of the things you want to do, boom, and now you've got some extra stuff to do on your trip that you got to do for free.
And we still do the alley pick. If a person wants to not come in the library because they're on their way somewhere,
gotcha,
they can still do it through the alley, through the window.
Okay.
So if that was like one of the items they wanted, they could just call and request it. And we'll check it out to them and hand it out the window.
Okay. You might want to go to the library's website to kind of, if you're doing it that way you can kind of read and see exactly where and when, because if it's through the drive-through, that's a little quicker thing. And so that way you can kind of research where it's at, where it's good for, and whether it's suitable for your trip or not. So very good. Excellent. Well, thank you much, ma'am. Appreciate the visit as always. And folks, sign up for the summer reading program. Kids, adults, now's the time. If you missed opening day here, sign on now. Like I said, and they still got the swag bags while supplies last. So you'll get everything but the snow cone today. So
they'll be later on.
The snow cone will come later. You can get your own snow cone. But let's be honest, it's 100 degrees. By the time you get your book and everything, that snow cone's going to be a mess. Thank you, Tracy. We'll see you next time. It's 9:54. Let's...
I'm Jared Cirillo. 5 Artesia boys arrested recently after police said they were shooting Orbeez guns in a city park. The pellet guns have caught national attention due to a TikTok challenge that encourages random shootings. Artesia police said the boys were aged 10 to 12, along with a 16-year-old, who were all shooting the guns at a girls' soccer team as they practiced at an elementary school. It happened 2 weeks ago. 2 girls on the team were hit by the pellets, and a window on a building was shattered. Nonprofit blood services provider Vitalant is alerting the public World Blood Donor Day helps reverse a critical blood shortage. By making an appointment, they're urging you to give blood in the coming days and weeks. Donors of all blood types are desperately needed. The number of new donors is down as sharply as 12% over the last year, and new donors and those that haven't given in a while are especially encouraged to donate. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
With cryptocurrency markets crashing and millions of investors losing everything, there's reason to fear that the worst is still yet to come. Here's why. I'm Kim Commando, brought to you by LinkedIn. Post a job for free and find qualified candidates quickly at linkedin.com/Kim. Cryptocurrencies have a shocking flaw, and no one seems to want to face it. Unless it's backed up by something of real value, like real money, crypto can catastrophically fail. Crypto exchanges depended on the so-called stablecoins, crypto coins whose value is supposed to be tied to the US dollar. But some key stablecoins were simply tied to another so-called stablecoin. When one fell, the collapse triggered a domino effect. Now everything rests on a coin called Tether. Tether is the only thing left supporting the crypto world, which raises what should have been an obvious question. If cryptocurrency must be backed up by real money, why invest in cryptocurrency at all? I post breaking tech news 24/7 at my website. That's commando.com. I believe home should be the safest place on earth for every family. That's why I use and recommend Simply Safe. Simply Safe is advanced whole home security that puts you, your home, and your family's safety first. Simply Safe offers comprehensive protection not only against intruders and burglary, but against expensive home hazards from flooding to fires. With 24/7 professional monitoring, Simply Safe's agents take action the moment a threat is detected, dispatching police or first responders in an emergency. Simply Safe uses proprietary video verification technology so that monitoring agents can visually confirm the threat in order to get higher priority 911 dispatch. Monitoring plans are affordably priced at $1 a day with no long-term contract or hidden fees. You can customize the perfect system for your home in just a few minutes at simplysafekim.com. Go today and claim a free indoor security camera plus 20% off with interactive monitoring at simplysafekim.com.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We'll be in the mid-90s today with a mix of sunshine and clouds, but we do have some of that monsoon moisture coming into our area, so a good chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon, and some heavy rainfall will be possible. Showers overnight and down to a low of about 70. Scattered showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon again on Tuesday, a mix of sun and clouds, and our high around 90. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. U.S. airlines continue to cancel high numbers of flights as they recover from the storms while accommodating growing crowds of summer vacationers. Airports with the most cancellations included those in Charlotte, North Carolina, LaGuardia and Newark Liberty in the New York City area, and Reagan Washington National. Transportation officials held a virtual meeting with airline CEOs to go over steps the airlines are taking to operate smoothly over the July 4th holiday and the rest of the summer, and to improve accommodation of passengers who get stranded when flights are canceled. Russia reduced natural gas to Europe again on Friday, including cutting flows by half to Italy, Slovakia, and completely to France, as countries have worked to ease their dependence on Russian supplies amid the war in Ukraine. It marks the third day of significant reductions to the fuel that powers industry and generates electricity in Europe. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
No doubt about it, summer is a time for family fun and adventure. And whether it's a drive across the country for an epic vacation or a drive across town for epic ice cream, you have to have a vehicle you can depend on. A vehicle that's comfortable for the whole family and all your gear. That's why you should begin your summer adventures at Roswell Ford. Here at the Tailgate Nation, you'll find southeastern New Mexico's largest inventory of exceptionally nice pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. All have survived a rigorous 139-point inspection, and Roswell Ford even gives you a 3-day money-back guarantee. So where do we get such great pre-owned vehicles? Well, Roswell Ford is always looking for gently used cars and trucks. If you have one you want to sell, we'll make you a cash offer on the spot and give you a week to think about it. Cross town or cross country, get your summer adventures started right with an upgraded ride from Roswell Ford, the Tailgate Nation at the corner of 9th and Main, the official sponsor of summer fun.
Well, the biting bugs and the ferocious flyers are out in force, and if you don't take care of them now, you'll be swatting and scratching all summer. Makes me itchy just thinking about it. Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. Whether it's keeping the fleas and ticks off your animals or keeping the flies and mosquitoes away from your barbecue, you gotta use the right stuff, and you gotta do it at the right time. So come see us now at Roswell Seed Company, and don't let the bugs tick you off. Get it? Tick.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end.
The homemade taste of bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Our Cookie Two-Step Ice Cream is a creamy vanilla ice cream with hints of brown sugar, chunks of chocolate cream-filled cookies, and tasty chocolate chip cookie dough pieces. Cookie Two-Step has everybody's taste buds two-stepping, and 1 and 2.
The good old days are being made right now.
The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Blue
ice cream at Smokey's Country Market in Capitan and all Farmers Country Markets.
Buying a sewing machine from a big box store or online might seem like a bargain, but in this case, you really do get what you pay for. Just the machine. No lessons, no help with figuring out why it isn't working the way you expect, and no one close to fix it. Buying locally from an authorized retailer may cost a little more, but in the end, it will save you time, money, and aggravation. Come see me, Chris Ann, at So Easy Sewing, 200 East College Boulevard in Roswell, and let me show you why it pays to shop local. So Easy Sewing. You've never had it so easy.
There's a whole universe out there. Come explore at the International UFO Museum and Research Center, featuring engaging exhibits and in-depth first-hand accounts of the incident that put Roswell on the map. The research library features the most comprehensive collection of UFO research materials in the world, and you can get exclusive one-of-a-kind gifts and merch from the gift shop or online at roswellufomuseum.com. Don't forget about the UFO Festival, July 1st through 3rd, celebrating the 75th anniversary of the Roswell incident. The International UFO Museum and Research Center. It's otherworldly.
The octopus and the squid both have 3 hearts. That's why they eat so many Tums. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on 7:59. Stay tuned next hour. About 8:15 or so, we're going to have Elliot Rodriguez join us with Loan Depot. He pops in once a month, gives us an update on, buying homes and mortgage lending. And, of course, in the last couple of years here, it's really been a seller's, the market at the real estates. Now we're starting to see a shift in interest rates and things. So I'll be very curious to hear from Elliot and see how things, with the Feds doing what they're doing recently and how that impacts his line of work a little bit. So we'll get all that with Elliot next hour. Of course, if you missed any part of Tracy's interview from the Roswell Public Library, it's available right now to check out. Sorry, hiccups there. KSVPTV.com. Just click on the Mornings with Mike Winters channel, and you'll find it all right there. All right, it is closing in on 8 o'clock. Town Hall News up next. We'll be back on the other side. Don't go away.
Hugh Hewitt is now in Roswell on 106.5 FM KEND Roswell.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Surging demand, staff shortages, and the weather. Factors the airlines blame for what has proven to be a very challenging season for air travel. FlightAware reports more than 4,200 flight delays and close to 900 cancellations yesterday alone. The summer travel season barely underway. More hearings slated this week before the Democrat-controlled House panel investigating the U.S. Capitol riot.
Committee member Republican Liz Cheney says at this week's hearings,
we will examine the pressures put on state legislatures to convene to reverse lawful election results.
One-time Republican presidential candidate Gary Bauer told SRN News he's more interested in evidence the committee won't present.
The thing that jumps out is that there are literally thousands of hours of videotape.
Video, he says, it shows demonstrators being allowed into the building on January 6th.
That videotape they will not share with Republicans, nor have they released to the public.
The next round of hearings is set for Tuesday afternoon. Bob Agnew reporting.
One person is dead, 3 others wounded. Deadly gunfire last night in the nation's capital. Robert Conte is the Washington, D.C. police chief.
We had 3 civilian persons that were shot, 2 adults, 1 juvenile, and then 1 police officer who was shot. The police officer is recovering from an area hospital. 2 of the victims are also recovering at an area hospital. 1 victim at this point, a juvenile victim, it appears that juvenile is deceased.
The audio from WJLA-TV. This happened on the streets of Northwest D.C. during a Juneteenth celebration. Police recovered a handgun, no arrests at this point. And an early morning shooting in New York City's Harlem left 1 person dead, 8 others injured. Taiwan rattled by a magnitude 6.0 earthquake. No early reports of damage or injuries. More on these stories at townhall.com.
I've always been kind of cynical towards advertising, which I know doesn't make much sense considering I'm currently recording a commercial. It's all the fluffy words that make us cynical, right? A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, a blue light special, but only, of course, if you call right now. It all kind of makes me nauseous, and yet here I am about to say that right now actually might be a once-in-a-lifetime moment for some of us. and that is the opportunity of a cash-out refinance. Arguably never has there been a moment in time like the last few years where home values have jumped at crazy historical levels, leaving all this extra money sitting inside our homes. A cash-out refinance lets you put that extra money in your pocket to use for life. If you'd like to see your options, we are United Faith Mortgage.
United Faith Mortgage is a DBA of United Mortgage Corp. 25 Melville Park Road, Melville, New York. Licensed mortgage banker. For all licensing information, go to NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Corporate NMLS number 1330. Equal housing lender. Licensed in Alaska, Hawaii, Georgia, North Dakota, South Dakota, or Utah.
Colombia will be governed by a leftist president for the first time. Former rebel Gustavo Petro narrowly defeating a real estate millionaire in a runoff underscored people's disgust with the country's traditional politicians.
I think Petro's biggest challenge will be to try and win over those people who doubt him. And I think he has some radical changes. He wants to move the country away from a reliance on oil and talk about renewable energy. In his speech, his acceptance speech, he talked about the need to address climate change. His vice president is an environmentalist. I think it's a radical change. I think it's a really interesting change, especially in a region where, next door you've got Jair Bolsonaro in Brazil, who has rubbished climate change and has belittled the importance of the Amazon.
And that is BBC correspondent Katie Watson reporting from Colombia. News and analysis at townhall.com. A landmark ruling in the world of sports.
World Swimming's governing body effectively banned men living as women from competing in women's events. FINA members at the organization's General Congress voted over 71% in favor of its new gender inclusion policy that only permits swimmers who transition before the age of 12 to compete in women's events. FINA's president says it's not about encouraging athletes to transition by 12, but that scientists are saying transitioning after puberty gives the men an unfair advantage. Ron DeRockstra reporting.
Inflation isn't only taking a toll at the gas pump or in the supermarket, it's also driving the cost of big infrastructure projects through the roof. It has state and local officials postponing some projects, scaling back others, and reprioritizing their needs. No trading today on Wall Street. The U.S. financial markets closed in observance of the Juneteenth federal holiday. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2. Deuce. Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Monday. Welcome to it. Hope your Monday's going swell.
Countdown is on, man.
It is. You're days away from getting out of town for a few.
It just, for the longest time, because we've had this trip planned since basically like November of last year.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, I was like, okay, yeah, I guess Vegas, well, it's going to happen, right? I'm sure. It finally actually feels like it's going to happen.
A reality?
Yes.
Well,
like,
good.
It feels real.
Good.
Dominoes are falling into place. We're getting plans in place. It's going to be fun.
Well, good.
Slightly shorter than we were hoping for, but that's okay. We're going to cram as much as we can into like 3 days.
Enjoy.
Should be good.
Yeah. Might need a day to recruit just to...
I was trying to remember the buffet that you were telling me about. Was that the one at the Bellagio?
Well, no, yeah, it's usually a weekend buffet.
Okay.
And like Friday, Saturday, and maybe Sunday.
Okay.
And it's the Bellagio, and it's a little bit pricier than the normal buffet.
Sure.
But yeah, they put caviar and what's the thing that Ramsay always cooks? Beef Wellington, and all that.
Nice.
Yeah.
So my goal is I want to kind of scrape both ends of the spectrum. I want to hit the $1.99, all you can eat buffet at like the Circus or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I want to go to the most expensive, just to have both of those experiences.
Yeah. Yeah, and unfortunately, I think gone are the days of the real old school buffets. That was I think that kind of went away when the mob started.
Yeah.
Kind of phased out of Vegas and corporate started kind of taking over.
It's funny too because I've heard the phrase used quite a few times over the last few years: tougher than a $2 steak. And you just don't see $2 steak anymore.
Nope. No. Although I remember, and this was in the 90s. We were TDY. I was in the military, and we spent like a week or 4 days or something like that in Vegas. And we hit one of those. It wasn't a buffet, but it was a diner restaurant on the old strip. And you could get a big old prime rib and eggs for like $9.
Wow.
And it was like, and I thought, okay, what's the hell is it? No, they came out with it, and it was of the size of that Flintstones hunk of meat that tips the car over,
right?
In the credits. Yeah, same.
I just don't know how I feel about prime rib and eggs. Like, I feel like prime rib is too rare of a meat to enjoy with eggs.
For $9, it's pretty tasty.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure it definitely feels, scratches the itch for sure.
And at 2 a.m. was pretty good. But yeah, but I have not experienced a lot of those type deals in Vegas. Yeah. But yeah, I mean the buffet, but the Bellagio one is it's pricey. But I know how you operate, and you will get your money's worth. If you're a dainty eater, it's really unless you just like eating, but like it's still a buffet. So I'm sure the caviar they have is not like if I went to Buckingham Palace and ate caviar. You know what I mean? I'm sure it's probably buffet quality It was the first time I had it. So they had the red kind, they had the black kind, they had the yellow. Kind. Yeah, and I tried them all. So
just to say I've done it, though, I feel like I need to do it.
And to be honest, it wasn't revolting.
Yeah.
It was like, I don't get eating this every day as a thing, but, to say I did it, yeah. But I loaded up on the things that I have more. Like I had beef Wellington, I had caviar, but I'm like, I'm going to eat 8 pounds of crab legs before I leave this place. Yeah. That's just what I do. But
it's just how it's supposed to be.
But yeah. And they also have in the Bellagio, which is another gee whiz just thing to say you saw, is the Guinness Book of World Records largest chocolate fountain.
Really?
Yes. It's in the Bellagio, but it's literally in the Bellagio. And what I mean by that, as you're going through the shopping areas and stuff, the fountain, it's not like you go into Golden Corral and there's like a fountain sitting there.
It's like behind.
It's like a maze that goes through the walls and the glass, and you kind of watch these little. So it's like a chocolate mousetrap where it goes through the walls of the store and goes next to this other one and then ends up at the end there. And there's the big Guinness Book thing. So it's not like something you just see in one. It's kind of, you follow it. You know?
Neat.
So that's just one of the other things. But, yeah, it's cool to just walk into all the various strip casinos there and just see like the various free shows and things, the like MGM. Now, granted, I haven't been in a couple of years, so like going in there and seeing like the gardens, and they used to have, I'm not sure if it's still there or not, but a lot of the Siegfried and Roy animals. They may still have some of that there, even though they're not doing shows anymore. But
I think Penn and Teller has like a magic museum there or something.
And they usually they were over at the Rio, I think. Okay. I think that's where their show's at, or was last time I was there.
Sure.
So I'm thinking whatever Penn and Teller stuff you're going to find is probably at the Rio.
Okay.
Which is farther. It's not like it's on the strip, but not on the strip directly.
Yeah. I would be curious to check that out more than I think the Mob Museum. I want to check. I mean, I'm going to do both if I can.
Well, Mob Museum's not free, just to warn you. Well, they charge for that.
I'm sure neither one of them are. Oh, trust me, I've been murdering myself for the past several months trying to make this happen. Don't worry about that.
But there is a lot of little. I just like even like at Treasure Island, the pirate show where they sink the ship, and that used to be more Jolly Roger. Now it's more like
Jack Sparrow,
sexy pirate or something. I don't know, a little more.
Now the pirate comes out. He's mad because the first mate laid a growler on the grumpy on the poop deck. She blamed it on the dogs. It's terrible.
That would be funny if they update that show to match that. But yeah, so there's just a lot of cool stuff like that to just see and walk around. And as you're walking, I kind of dug Madame Tussauds wax museum.
From what I've gathered, we're probably going to go do that.
Yeah.
That seems illogical to me. You're going to put a museum full of wax figures in the middle of the desert, like the hottest desert in the United States of America.
Yeah.
It just, I mean,
there's a whole lot of irony in
their
Vegas.
air conditioning bill must be insane.
Well, think about this. One of the largest aquarium companies in the world is in Vegas.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, because like
landlocked, super access to water.
Yeah, last time I went to Vegas, I signed up for some tour where you get to see like TV shows that are filmed in Vegas.
Oh yeah,
most of them are History Channel shows. So I got to go to the Pawn Stars pawn shop. I got to go to Counting Cars, the Count's Customs place, which that's a cool one. If you like looking at Lamborghinis and stuff, which who doesn't?
Right.
It's pretty cool. And one of them was Animal Planet's show Tanked, where it's the two guys that build like
fish tanks.
Yeah, they build like there's a cool one in Caesar's Palace.
Okay.
A big tank in there, and I'm pretty sure those guys did that one.
Nice.
But it's.
I mean, I've seen the show. They're the ones that do like the tanks for like Fat Joe and all them.
Yeah. They do. They do a lot for celebrities and things like that. But there's a lot of irony in there, and so yeah, a wax museum in the hottest place on the planet, but. Cool thing about it is it's cool. So when you're hot and
That's
everything,
just it.
You're like, let's go into Madame Tussauds.
That's what we're thinking. We're like, the air conditioning is going to be on point.
I'm sure they've updated some of the characters since I've been in there, and they rotate them out.
We bought this. It's like a family pass, like $150, and it gets us into like a water park there. There's like a trampoline park that we get into. A couple other things. So we're going to knock that out on one day. We have the concert on I think Friday night, so that's a portion of Friday night. But afterwards, I don't plan on sleeping a whole lot.
No, that's usually the case in Vegas. And
come back exhausted.
And I think you hang out in the casinos, they pump oxygen and stuff in there. So that'll, if you get peaked, just walk around the casino for a little bit and let the land of no clocks and oxygen pumped in to get you recharged.
There you go. Find yourself one of them drinks that's as tall as you are.
Yeah, you go, give me the blue one's flames bigger than the red one. Get those things. And I'm
going to compare the two to find out if you're right, because I hear you say that all the time.
Well, that's
we need to know.
There's a lot of drinks in large glasses that people just carry yard glasses of drinks everywhere. It's just, it's just a thing you see all over Vegas.
I never heard the term yard margs until the show Reno 911. That's how I know that the Nevada area is real big on yard length margaritas. Yard margs. That's a cool term.
Yeah. That's something, and this is just me, that I weirdly, hopefully it's still there. I want to try when I go to Vegas next time. I came across one of these like Food Network shows or whatever, and they talk about, and of course, Vegas has a lot of great places to eat.
That's the biggest thing I'm looking forward to.
Finest dining in the world you find right there in Vegas. But something I want to check out, if it's still there, apparently, and I saw this a couple of years ago, so hopefully it made the business. There is a restaurant in Las Vegas that does nothing but Maryland-style crabs.
Oh, I've heard about
the dude's from Maryland. He's got Maryland all over it and capitals and all like the D.C. area stuff. And he's from there, and he cooks crab cakes like Maryland. He gets crabs from Maryland brought in every day, and it's just like me back home eating crabs. And I'm like, that's a bold statement. And if anybody could have pulled it off, it might be this guy. The next time I go to Vegas, I want to go and have a Maryland experience in Vegas. Because Vegas is a little like that. You go there and you're like, oh, there's an Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they got one. Oh yeah. They got
Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, they got a statue. They got a New York skyline.
They got a
too.
Sphinx.
Yeah, they got. It's so they got a little bit of everything.
The whole world in one city. But just the cost associated with getting crabs shipped from Maryland that's a lot.
I can't imagine it's cheap, but I'd like to throw that on the bucket list.
That's a labor of love right there.
Something I want to try, and hopefully he's still open.
Well, I'm sure he's probably charging 4 times what you would pay in Maryland.
Transplanted East Coasters out there to support that business.
And I mean, I'm not familiar with what it's like in Maryland, but I'm sure it's not cheap there.
No. I mean, compared to other places, it is, but yeah.
But having shipped cheap out, it's going to be pricey.
You're going to pay some coinage for a bushel of crabs, regardless of where it's at. But I will tell you, you get them from Maryland, they're going to be better because that's what they do. But it's like going to Colorado to get your green chili. It's just you can do it, but don't feel right.
It's just wrong. Just wrong.
Elliot Rodriguez with Lone Depot going to join us here in just a bit. I think he's here, actually. I thought I heard the phone ringing and all that earlier. So he'll give us an update what's going on there, and always talks housing and buying when the time is, and loves dealing with first-time homeowners. And, of course, market's a bit volatile right at the moment, so with the feds and interest rates and all that. So we'll get an update from Elliot here in just a bit. Later on this hour, we'll get you up to date with the news of the local variety, along with your business town hall, Wall Street business update, and whatever else we can come up with for this hour of the show. It is 8:18. Let's take a look at your weather. They're saying there's a chance. Pretty good one, actually, too. So let's see what happens.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We'll be in the mid-90s today with a mix of sunshine and clouds, but we do have some of that monsoon moisture coming into our area, so a good chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon, and some heavy rainfall will be possible. Showers overnight and down to a low of about 70. Scattered showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon again on Tuesday, a mix of sun and clouds, and our high around 90. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 71 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 68% with winds currently out of the east at 6 miles per hour. Like I said earlier, they're saying there's a chance. We're looking at a 50% chance of some showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. They do say some of these storms could produce some heavy rainfall, mostly cloudy with an overnight a high of 92 today. Winds will be out of the south 10 to 15 miles per hour. They say today, during the day, amounts less than 1/10 of an inch, except higher amounts possible if an actual thunderstorm rolls through the area. 50% chance of rain for tonight as well. Once again, some of these storms could produce some heavy rainfall, mostly cloudy with an overnight low of 69 degrees. South winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. They're saying new rainfall amounts between 1/4 and 1/2 inch possible tonight. For you Tuesday, a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly for the afternoon. Once again, some of these storms could produce some heavy rainfall, mostly sunny with a high of 92 once again tomorrow. Northeast winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Tomorrow night, 40% chance of rain as well. Once again, some storms could produce heavy rainfall, partly cloudy with an overnight low of 68 degrees. South winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. And then looking at the rest of the week, Wednesday, as of right now, they're not talking of rain, but mostly sunny, 94. South winds 5 to 15. Thursday, a 20% chance of showers, sunny, 97. 20% chance of rain for Thursday night as well. And then looking at the back half of the weekend, Friday, sunny, 100. Saturday, sunny and hot, 101. 20% chance of showers Sunday with a high of 95. So best chances today, tonight, and tomorrow, and then slighter chances rest of the week. So hopefully we'll get some moisture out of that. All right, it is 8:21. We're going to take about a 3.5-minute commercial break, and then Elliot Rodriguez is going to join us on the other side from Lone Depot. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Is there anything worse than waking up tired from a sleepless night and walking outside to that 100-degree weather? That burst of heat just makes you feel even more tired. Hi, I'm Dr. Sarah Usher with Carabelli Dental, and we are the experts in sleep apnea oral appliances. We can help you get the quality sleep you've been missing without that bulky face mask. Wake up refreshed and ready to enjoy those big summer plans. Let us help you sleep better and live better.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental in Roswell or call 622-4455.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed, antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
Make your home a smart home with smart home Wi-Fi from Plateau. Now you can connect more devices to fast, reliable Wi-Fi throughout your home. That means faster speeds with no downtime or lag. Enhance your connection, expand your reach, and experience whole home device control and protection with Plateau. Plateau offers true fiber with options starting as low as $60 a month, all with no caps and no hidden fees. Call today 575-755-1000 or stop by 1001 South Main in Roswell. Get smart home Wi-Fi today from Plateau. Tried, true, trusted.
Roswell Skin Center, a brand new state-of-the-art facility located in the 400 Penn Plaza building here in Roswell, is now accepting new patients. Dr. Brandon Cometti and his team offer a full range of skin care services, including general dermatology, surgical and cosmetic procedures, including cutting-edge laser rejuvenation, Botox, filler, laser hair removal, chemical peels, and other non-invasive options to improve skin health and turn back the hands of time. Call and schedule your appointment at Roswell Skin Center today, 208-2509. That's 208-2509.
At LeGrand Funeral Chapel, we believe that every funeral should be a reflection of the life it honors. The joys, the triumphs, the faith, the family, and so much more. For us, no detail is too small, no request too big. This is Rosa Aguilar. When the time comes to choose a funeral home, we hope you'll let us serve your family. At LeGrand Funeral Chapel and Crematory, we make it personal.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard has led to a lot of firsts for me. The education assistance I received made it possible for me to be the first person in my family to go to school and graduate debt-free. That education helped get me to the first day at my dream job, a job that I can still hold while I serve part-time. That job, plus the other benefits possible from the Army National Guard, helped me become a first-time homeowner. Also, part of my role as a National Guard soldier means I know that I can be one of the first to respond and help my community if disaster ever strikes. I'm extremely proud that I get to serve my community, and that first step I took by joining the Army National Guard has made all the difference in my life. Talk to your local recruiter or visit NationalGuard.com to find out what firsts are available to you in the Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard, aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
The tool used to measure your feet at the shoe store is called a Brannick device. The person that measures your feet at home for no reason is called a creep with a foot fetish. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 25 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from Lone Depot, Elliot Rodriguez back with us. Morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Roswell.
How are you today?
Doing great.
Good deal.
It's a nice little weekend. We got a little water on there.
It was nice. Got a little moisture here, and got good chances today and tomorrow. So, knock on wood there. Hopefully, we get some fruits from that
We'll
later.
definitely take this home.
Yeah, we'll take all the moisture we need at all. So,
it's like we get teased all the time. He just comes through and go.
That's right.
He doesn't want to come down.
Well, we got a little yesterday. Hopefully, we got some more coming.
Yes.
So we'll see. Of course, now's an interesting time to buy a house, isn't it? It's kind of with inflation and, of course, the Feds with the interest rate last week and what they're doing to try to curb inflation.
Correct.
So what's if you're looking for is it still an okay time to be shopping, or you're like, you know what, can you hunker down for a little bit, or what's kind of the mindset right now for people looking to buying whether it's their first home or their fifth home,
Mm-hmm. Well, in my opinion, you still have to live somewhere.
Sure.
Okay. As far as what the the Feds did, which is what you and I were talking about, last month.
Yeah,
I mean,
we knew it was coming.
Yeah, about basis points.
It's a matter
like
of
that.
time. Yeah.
Well, the thing is this: you cannot just let's make it very simple. You cannot just push it so hard, and so high, like we were at 6.5. Okay, and a lot of people don't understand, and that's what we were talking about, basis points. Okay, I mean, how much it costs them doing, a loan and so on, buying points and getting a better interest rate, all that kind of stuff. So, if you look at it this way, it's very straightforward, and this is the best way I can explain it for the folks out there so they understand what's happening.
Sure.
Okay. So what we were talking about is that the market was, so resilient, and it's not stopping it. It's going to continue, and everything keeps going up and keeps going up, and everybody keeps talking about the rates going up. Well, the rates never truly went up in the sense of the interest rate itself. It was the cost.
It was just supply and demand was driving up that cost.
So the cost is making it up. So in layman's terms, it's simple. So let's say we go back 3 years ago. Okay, if you were doing 3.5%, 4.5%, 4%, something lower, okay, you maybe were buying some points and it wasn't costing as much.
Gotcha.
Okay, so for example, like a $200,000 home, maybe it cost you $1,500 or so, extra to keep it under the 4% or so. Okay, that's the best way I can explain it.
Gotcha.
Now, if we were right now, you couldn't do that. Period. First of all, because the Feds control how much a person can buy in points.
Right.
That controls the people that are rich out there, so they can, they don't get to do whatever the heck they want to.
Sure.
Okay. Second, it protects you as a consumer, so the lenders don't just charge you whatever we want.
It does try to level the playing
field. It levels the
plane to keep basically the little guy in the game if he wants.
So if you move that from then forward to now, instead of being 3.5 or 4%, okay, we were at 6.5. The bad part of everything keeps going up, and the Feds and everybody didn't want to release the ceiling and go higher, so it costs less. All right, so what was happening is maybe a 6.5 or even 5.5 or whatever the situation will be, depending on the product, on whatever you are doing as a consumer. It was costing not just like $1,500; it was costing like $6,000 depending on the loan.
Gotcha.
Okay, and the amount of the loan and so on. So what does that mean? Well, the higher it keeps going, it's still the highest interest rate you're going to get, but you can go higher on interest rate, but you go higher on cost. Which that makes it difficult for some folks, because eventually would it come to a point that you cannot do a loan, because if it's going to cost X amount of money to do a loan, like closing cost points and so on.
Sure.
Eventually, you will not be able to buy a house because it's costing you too much, and the Feds will not allow me as a lender charge you too much, because then the loan don't work.
Sure.
So
you're basically paying something for something that's way over what the actual value of what that product is.
Exactly. So basically, what they have to do eventually, that we were talking about basis points, getting a better deal, buying points down, they have to release the ceiling so the costs become lower.
Gotcha.
So according to their statistics, they're supposed to have gave the country a 2% breathing room as far as like costs and so on. But we'll see how that goes.
Sure.
The rates were going up and down, and last week we actually went down a lot. There were days that more than 50 basis points in the positive for us as consumers. Okay. But they already raised it to 7.5 maximum. I mean, actually 7%. I'm sorry,
gotcha.
7% ceiling as far as interest rate. Okay, so the individuals, depending on the products, depending on if it's the first time, depending if it's conventional FHA or VA, depending on what the program is, it's going to determine what the interest rate you are and how much you're going to really pay for it. And there's some breaks here and there. So. It made it better for the consumer to be able to obtain homes and not so difficult and lose the room, to be able to acquire a house.
Sure, but really, when you look at it now, so if you're one that's looking to buy a home now, it's probably behoove you to look into those programs we talk about. If you're a veteran, if you're a teacher, if
you
you're
need to take advantage of
first responder or something like that. you're really going to find a bigger benefit in those programs right now than you would, when the interest rates were sitting at like 4%.
I know, and you and I were talking all the time. We were like, take advantage of this, buy a house now.
Yeah,
that has not changed. If you're going to buy a house,
sure.
If you're ready,
because those things can take away things like your down payment,
exactly,
or what the actual percentage, like it'll cap what they can put a percentage rate on, or like you said, the big one is no down payment, especially for some of those VA loans. Because atypically, your first home and everything, they're going to want at least 10% down, and that might be higher than that,
depending
of the cost of that house. So if you buy $100,000 house, you got to walk in there with a check for $10,000.
Well, we were
at closing.
We were worried about that, because if they were not going to release the city, in other words, truly raise the interest rate. So the points to be able to buy a house cost less.
Sure.
Okay. We were started to think, where are we going with this? We're going to start we're not going to be able to. We're going to have to try to help some people, give them some kind of lender credit, and eventually wouldn't be able to. Because it would cost way too much to be able to, purchase a home. And I was waiting for that because, we talk about this all the time. I had a 9.5 interest rate. I talked to some folks, and they
and back in the day, you were like, "That was amazing. I love that rate."
That was still nice. I talked to some folks that are like, "Oh, I had a 18, I had a 15, percent interest rate on my house. You still had it nice. It's like, I did."
Well, and I got to be honest. Now I'm sitting in a situation where because I refied a couple years ago, back when, and I think I'm at like 3.9 or something like that right now. And now you look at where is it 7 or whatever it's at right now?
7 is the highest.
7 is the highest. So you could get a little better than that, but still, that's probably average person's probably paying 6 to 5.5, 6 right now.
There may be some lenders out there that can maybe go higher than that, but that's all kinds of different loans and all kinds of different lending.
Just depending on
what they doing, because but by the feds and just going by the normal rules that we're supposed to go by, yes.
So from my perspective, my house payment is actually paying for my house right now, and we're
I guess you could look at it that way.
Because I have a much lower percentage rate of it going towards interest.
That is true.
It's going towards the principal of the house, and obviously, and we've talked about this before about ways to pay down the loan faster and all that. It's all great stuff that you can do because in essence you're building collateral and equity into yourself by doing that. And to be honest, once you get your first home in and we're talking these percentage rates and things, now that down payment and all that, it turns out you're building equity on this, whatever house this is. So the idea is when you're ready to move on to your next house, you've got 10, 20, 30, 50 grand, maybe more in equity into this house. In essence, that's your down payment on your next house. And more, hopefully, depending on how much equity you got there. But in essence, that's why it's a lot easier once you're in the game to get that next house or do, or basically like we talk about, and Elliot mentions here every time. You're a first-time home buyer, first house. You ain't buying Taj Mahal the first house out.
You may get lucky a little closer.
Yeah, that's just not going to happen. Your first home. And generally speaking, we're younger at a different phase in our life. We got the world in front of us. You're ready to maybe put a little sweat equity into that. So the first house you buy might, it's not going to be your dream home. It's going to meet the needs of you and your spouse, maybe the first child. So you've got a 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom that's kind of small, older, probably had to do a little bit upkeep and things like that. But at some point you outgrow that, or you're like, you know what, I want something that's got a little bit more modern stylings and things like that. And so then you upgrade to the next one, and that's really how homeownership works in America for most people.
And if you think about it, let's be realistic in what's happening right now. Rent is to the roof. Okay. And guys, that's not stopping.
You're paying for someone else's retirement by doing that.
And that's not stopping.
Yeah.
It's just going to continue going up.
Sure.
Because the demand is there, and there's not enough, inventory in the market. Let's be realistic.
Well, and this is part where we get back to that other thing, and this is where Elliot really helps families, especially first-time buyers, this is why we need you to be proactive and smart with your finances, because no matter how much money you make or how much money you don't make, if you are smart with that money,
you can do anything.
You can do anything. with it. And I'm talking, how many instances where you have people that literally work what we call the menial, the bare minimum wage jobs. They work 40-hour weeks.
In McDonald's, Burger King, you name it. There's nothing wrong with those places.
If you are smart with that money, you can still
do anything.
buy your house and everything else. Now, obviously, you might have to be a little bit more extreme with your,
how you spend your money.
But it's absolutely there if you're disciplined enough, or have the, and that's all about setting goals. And so if you set that goal, it's like, I want this house. All right, how do I do it at my current spot? And Ellie can really sit down with you and go over those numbers and say, this is how this is what it's going to take to get in that house. And now more than ever, you really need to mind. When interest rates are 4%, that gives you a lot more wiggle room to do that. But now that we're talking 6-7% interest rates here, that's your mortgage is going to be a couple $100 more a month. It's just going to be.
And believe it or not, sometimes it's not as bad. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to think outside the box a little, be a little more smart than the average person that don't even give no thought to really figure out, like, should I buy a house or not?
Right.
I talked to how many people come across that they're buying their first home and they've been renting for like 20, 30 years and they now decided to buy a home.
If you get to the process, you're probably going to find out it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Because in essence, when you rent a property, you're paying whatever that guy's mortgage is on top of whatever more they can get for it.
And that's true.
And so, let's face it, if you're paying $1,200 a month in rental in a lease, that guy's probably paying $800-900 a month on a mortgage on that.
If not
house.
less.
You
never know.
And so, why give him that extra $300 a month where you could just buy a house just like it and you're paying $800 a month mortgage instead of $1,200 lease? Oh, by the way, that $800 mortgage is going back into you building collateral. Where's that lease going? Into the other guy's pocket.
Yeah,
you got a roof over your head, but you're investing in his future, not your own.
It's time to start investing in ourselves.
Exactly.
Okay? On yourself and your family.
Yeah.
Because let's be realistic, and they say the only thing, for sure in life, is debt and taxes.
Yeah.
Okay. I think sometimes they need to kind of change that phrase to debt and taxes, bills, and some things because they don't stop; they keep coming.
Sure.
But the fact is still the same. Don't be afraid of buying a house, okay? Because the rates have gone up. That doesn't mean nothing because if your lender is smart, okay. And I have to say it like that because sometimes I question some of my peers. But anyway, if you think outside the box, okay, and you allow that individual to, and they do a good job, figure it out, okay, to push you in a real good spot, it don't matter what the interest rates are right now because let's be realistic. You'll refinance later, okay? Bring it down. Don't stop yourself because of the interest rate are higher and you're going to pay an extra $50 or $100 more than what you maybe wanted to before.
Sure.
Eventually, the market's going to go down a little and change the numbers, and we will be, refinancing again. I mean, if I just tell everybody out there, go and do a search in Google and see, and go 30 years or even farther if you want to.
Sure.
And just check for interest rates on home. See what the trend was from all the way there to today.
Sure.
Okay. If you don't want to go crazy, try to figure out a bunch of stuff. That's the easiest thing you can ever do.
Well, things are reciprocal.
Oh, exactly.
What goes around comes around.
Exactly. So my point is, when I used to talk about my interest rate being 9.5 for my home in Colorado Springs, 15 years, 12 years ago plus, okay?
And you're bragging on it.
And I'm bragging on it right now. I was like happy. I got a real nice home. Then I took, because I was not 100% in the business just yet. I started then,
Sure.
So
you knew enough to be a little dangerous.
Yeah,
at that
I was
point.
dangerous. I was able to buy a rental. I do this and that, and I wasn't putting too much mind into like how much interest rate.
Sure.
If I
Plus, you were younger and more
aggressive.
Absolutely, yeah.
So if you guys do it, if you do yourself one favor, is go and check, see what the history or interest rate on homes were from, I don't know, go 15, 20, 30 years, and you see what I'm talking about. When people talk to me and tell me 15 and higher, it's like, what? I was like, I thought I had it higher, but I never took a moment to go and check.
Sure.
So, but after I did, it's like, wow. So all we're doing right now, literally, okay, is setting up a new trend for years to come. Okay. I was never 100% like super, concentrated into like refis. I just do refis as it comes, as the opportunity comes to help people.
Sure.
And depending on the situation. I know a lot of lenders were like, aggressive as crazy when the rates were real low, okay? Because, it was all about the bottom line,
Sure.
But what happened to be able to do that, it was that the rates were a little higher before. So now was the chance to
absolutely
help people. Guess what's happening? All we're going to do is set up a trend for maybe 1 or 2 or 3 years from now, okay, for refis.
Yeah.
All over again, okay?
Yeah, because when the economy gets better and things, the interest rate will come back down. And those people paying 7% can now get it
6.5 or 5, whatever it might be.
Yeah, can now get it a point or more lower.
I always
down the road,
I always recommend at least 1 point.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're doing half a point, it needs to make sense because remember, we have to give a benefit to the individual to be able to refinance. Now,
Sure.
if you got divorced, unfortunately, or you sold a few properties,
A life thing happens.
or a life thing happened, and you need to change some stuff or take some equity out, whatever, because you need to fix. That's different, But there has to be a benefit for the individual for us to be able to do a loan, But it's coming.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna set a trend for the next 6 months, a year or two, depending on how they.
So really,
stays.
if you find the house that you
Yeah,
love
don't be
right now,
afraid.
buy it, pull the trigger on it, and then maybe here in 2 years, you might want to come back to Elliot and say, hey, interest rates are down. Let's refi and save
Exactly.
you a few $100 a month on this thing. And now you're putting more equity back into your home.
Now, depending on circumstances, because I've done this a lot, we always thinking maybe $100 or $200 or so. I seen the situations when the PMI is gone, and you didn't pay that much PMI. It's just the house is worth so much more money now after 2 years or so.
Sure.
So exactly the same is still happening right now. People still refinancing, okay? Because now they have enough equity.
Yeah.
Okay. Now they can get rid of the PMI. All right. And for all those folks out there that don't know what PMI is, that's private mortgage insurance that the lenders have in your home if your home doesn't have low. It's actually, let me rephrase this so everybody understands it better. If you bought a home and you didn't put 20% down on it, okay, and you didn't do a conventional loan, you probably are paying PMI.
Okay.
If your home is worth, okay, more than what you purchased it before, and your balance on the loan is a little less, and you just have to be just 0.001 less than 80% of what the home is value, okay, you can get rid of your PMI. Okay?
Gotcha.
Even that sometimes, even at this interest rate right now, it's a good reason to even refinance if you wanted to. Okay. But if it's not worth it, obviously we don't need to do it. But the point still stands. You have the power to do that when you get to those points. And then figure it out later, and put you in a better position. I say people $400 and $500, sometimes even more, monthly.
Sure.
I mean, that's just crazy,
And that's where you like to really shine and sit with the customers because if someone comes in with you and said, hey, I want to refi today, Elliot's going to look through your stuff and he'll be honest with you. If he's looking at the numbers, I got to be honest. This is not the smart move for you right now.
Yeah, we maybe have to wait. You know what I mean, maybe wait another year or 6 months. Or...
Rather than get your business on something you really don't need, he's going to be honest and say, let's do this and then come see me in 6 months and then we'll talk about it or whatever it is. But that's where Elliot, but if you're going in saying I want to refi, he's going to run the numbers and be like, you know what? Smart move, dude. This is the time to do it in your situation.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter what's happening. My sister called me the other day. So she's in Florida. Everybody wants to go to Florida. I think everybody forget that it's very humid and have a lot of bugs over there. So they forget about that.
But they like the freedom to do what they want, I guess. So they'll pay for a little humidity.
So she was asking me, when's the best time? What do you think about the raves happening in Florida? My answer was, well, first of all, I don't know much about Florida because I don't live there.
I know it's hot.
But I can go and do the the search and give you some kind of somewhat educated answer for that.
Sure.
And she was asking me when's the best time to buy. I tell her, well, you should have bought a house a long time ago. Okay.
About 4 years ago.
I mean, through me or through whoever, I don't care. The point is, you should buy a house. If you have the ability to buy a home and own your own house, and you're renting, and you're afraid of taking
you're handcuffing yourself.
You're just holding yourself back.
Sure.
You shouldn't. Okay. Buy a house. Be part. This is the way I look at it. Be part of what makes this country move forward.
Sure.
Okay? And I'm not saying the people that rent out there are not doing that. What I'm saying is but make it to be part of something that is benefiting you 100%.
Every time you rent, you're investing in someone else's dream.
And that's a fact.
And
I used to rent houses out.
Start investing in your own dream and take that money you're paying for rent and let's convert it into a mortgage, and you're buying and investing into your own self and your family.
Exactly.
And that's, at the end of the day, that's the American dream, and that's how we all end up, getting our piece of the pie. And it starts with home ownership. That's
exactly.
just, in the United States of America, that is the
dream,
the springboard to success.
And if you want to put a white picket fence and get yourself a dog, there you go.
Absolutely.
So the answer to my sister is the time to buy a home is right now.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot of trends out there that you can check. When is the best time to buy a home? Like when they talk about in the spring, the summer. But it depends. Okay?
Sure.
Every situation is totally different.
You if you can afford less home than you really want right now, that's okay. Just be smart. Because at the end of the day, if you just pick a home that's gonna guarantee to increase in value, then you're okay.
Correct.
The only problem, and 9 times out of 10 you're okay. I mean, there's always a few lemon houses out there
that's why you should do an inspection.
And that's where you got to, that's when you choose a real estate agent that's going to look out for you and all that stuff. That's that world.
Yeah, I always tell my customers, nothing against the folks out there selling their own homes and all that kind of stuff. I done it myself.
Yeah.
But I'm a little different. I mean, I've been doing this for 25 years for myself, and I've been in real estate for that long.
Yeah.
When I was not licensed, when I was doing it on my own, I learned the hard way.
Sure.
I went and put into it, and some people even back then was like, "Hey, Elliot, should we do this? Should we do that?" It's like, don't do that. I don't even know how I was reading it, but I was reading it right.
Sure.
Because my old boss, hey, let's do this. I got a guy that invests. You could do a second, this and that. And what they forgot to tell their the people was that it was the wrong investment at that time.
Sure.
I saw it like it was a big
made sense
sign
to you.
That don't make sense. Making it $2,000 or $3,000 or $5,000 extra profit to put yourself in a bad position.
It sounded
too
good to be true.
Exactly, and I didn't do it.
And that's the true in anything in life, is it real estate or anything else. If it sounds too good to be true,
you have to be careful.
It probably is. Do your homework, do your research. If there's it's just, in real estate, just like anything else. If you look at a property or something and it's valued way under what it should be in your head, why? There's a reason.
And dude, that was before.
Are you willing to accept that?
That was before I even got into mortgage.
Yeah.
That was before I was even a banker.
Yeah.
Okay. And I saw those things and I read it like it was a big, one of those billboards. It's like, yes, but you shouldn't do it because of this.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
And that's usually that difference between taking a loss on a house and breaking even or earning a collateral.
Oh, they had to do some short sales, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, it was ugly.
Yeah.
And my wife always remind me about that. Like, you were so smart about doing that. It's like, I didn't know what the heck. I just didn't like it.
And this is kind of like back, 10 years ago with these adjustable rate mortgages and the trouble people got in those things. It's all about, the move may work today, but you got to think of a couple moves ahead there. And generally, most instances when you're talking about buying and selling real estate, you never look at it as this is the end. You know what I mean? I mean, if you're like, this is my last house I'm ever going to own and all that, one thing, but if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, probably even 50s.
You know how many times I say that, dude? And I just bought another house afterwards?
Exactly. So, maybe the last one until something else comes across. But my point is, if you keep making the smart plays by not buying things that aren't right in your head, and that's what it is. If you're like, because in the real estate world, we fall in love with one aspect of the home, and then we're like, yeah, but it's got that cool fireplace. Yeah, but it's got this, and this, and we're going to spend so much money fixing this. You know what? Maybe we need to sacrifice and get a more stout house and that doesn't have as cool fireplace as we want. But I mean, we as humans tend to do that.
Yeah.
And you get and don't chase those dreams, because if you chase them, it's going to bite you in the tail, and that's what happens in real estate.
Let me share something, and folks that are listening out there, okay? When you see that house that you won, that's cool, okay? If your lender, me or whoever, I don't care who it is, okay, telling you you're not ready, I need you to do this, don't rush,
right?
Okay, you need to do a few extra steps. but the house that I want is, is like, I get it. Okay. The fact is, there's another house even better than that down the corner.
Yeah.
Don't do that to yourself. All right. First of all, you're going to drive your real estate agent crazy. All right. Because these people are going to be showing you 20 million houses.
Sure.
And you're going to be, but I want that one. And but you can't. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't do that to yourself.
Yeah.
All right.
There's always more.
I always say that you're not buying the Taj Mahal and that there's no such a thing as the perfect home. Yes, when you look at it, you're hoping that that's the perfect home. You're going to make it a perfect home later.
Yeah, you're going to put your
own personal touch,
your stamp on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and don't do that to yourself. If a home that you were so set into your mind to buy, there might be another one on the next street or whatever.
Sure.
Don't do that to yourself, because if you can't buy it, don't be upset with yourself and just take a breather. Take
Absolutely.
a second. Because you may end up finding yourself that you made a better decision by going to the next home.
Sure.
And it happens. Okay. But if your lender's telling you you're not ready, you need to do this first before you do that. Don't do an offer on a home if you're not pre-approved.
Right.
For God's sake, don't do that.
Because you're setting yourself up for failure.
You're
making promises your butt can't cash.
I mean, let me put it like this. Let me knock on wood, because I've been making some magic for some people that done that. It makes it more stressful for the real estate and even for yourself.
Sure.
Okay. Because now you're under contract, and now the lender has to, what is that? Pull a Jordan and just make a dump.
Sure.
Like make the 3 points.
But you also handcuff yourself on maybe taking advantage of some opportunities and things, because now you've just limited the options to this.
Exactly.
And your agent or your mortgage broker could easily said, yeah, that's one way to do it. Or we could have done this, and I could have saved you about $10,000.
Exactly. You just hit it on you just hit it on the nail on the spot. And let me tell you something. I had a few deals. Okay, talk to your lender when you're going to make an offer on a home before you make an offer without asking.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good idea. I recommend it 100%. Okay, because you want to put yourself in a good position. Because you could buy a house, doesn't mean you just go blind and just don't think about what offer you're making.
Sure.
Calculate the numbers real good so it'll help you in the end. Okay?
Absolutely.
Trust me, that seller wants to sell the house. That's the whole point they put it on the market.
Yeah.
If you go and make the right offer, okay, and make a good negotiation that makes sense for everybody,
sure,
okay, and you guys are good to each other, you're gonna, hit a home run every single time.
Absolutely. And your smart financial savviness, like you being good with your money and being, I'm not saying frugal, but frugal to a point, being, we can spend our money and we live our life and have fun. But if you're smart with your money,
yep,
it turns out you're going to be in the driver's seat in every one of these conversations. This is like, you see those jokes on TV when someone walks into like a mortgage place or a car dealership and they get an 800 credit score and they kick back on the chairs and take a plant and all that kind of, I mean, it's not to that extreme. But when your financial your affairs are in order, you walk into the room, you lead the conversation because you're coveted, you're in desire, and you can walk at a moment's notice and get what you want because you have proven to the world that you know what you're doing. And you don't have to say one word, but your credit score and the fact that they open your portfolio and say this person has got their ducks in a row, instantly they're like, okay, we can't. The huckster talk goes away. You know what I mean? It's like you can't, they're linking, oh, well, this person got bad credit. I can get a couple grand out of them here. You know what I mean? And that all goes away because they're saying this person is on top of their game. And that's where Elliot wants to put you, in that part. So when you walk in the room, you're making the calls and you've got the choices and of what's best for your family versus the person trying to sell you the property.
There you go. That's a good point.
Yeah.
I seen this scenario wrong so many times.
Yeah.
I'm approved in such and such. I went, Rocket Mortgage or something like that, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I did it, an online thing. They approved me. It's like, do you talk to somebody? Have anybody go through everything? Have you been interviewed? And like, interview about what? I'm getting a job?
Yeah.
Buying a house is like getting a job.
Sure.
You cannot get
You have to prove to the world that you're good for it. Yeah.
I get both sides of the quarter on that. Sometimes people are approved and it seems to be okay.
Sure.
But sometimes they're approved but they're not okay.
Sure.
It means they didn't told them in the story of the application that there are other factors in their life that, stops that, the outcome of what this is going to take.
Yeah.
Real. Me, I'll look at everything. And even I, in interviews, overlook one thing, but I double check everything afterwards. And whoa, hold on a second, that 275 is really now 260 or 250. Hold on, because you didn't tell me these. We overlooked this.
Well, and that's just if you get pre-approved at an X amount of number, that doesn't mean that's your number.
Exactly.
If anything, you should look for houses below that number. That way, you got wiggle room. You've got chances to, if like Elliot said, something unexpected comes up that got you some playroom versus you going for your ceiling, and now you have no wiggle room, no room to breathe, and this deal better go perfect or it's going to fall through.
And I get that, guys.
Yeah.
You approve to this much. You know what the funniest thing? Every time somebody, an agent or somebody calls me, all right, so that's the maximum they can get approved? Like, yes, I give them a pre-approval on everything, and they come back with a higher price. I just told you that was the max.
Right.
And they keep pushing and pushing. It's like, and
I get it. You want a cooler house?
I get that,
But you're going to have to, let's do this first. And then let's, in a few years, once you're established and got more equity and things, then we'll go for that house. Mm-hmm. But it's the ladder. It's the chain. It's, we start out in the shanty, and then we just keep building up. And then hopefully by the time, you're more established in your life, you've got the solid 4-bedroom, nice neighborhood home. And then at some point it starts going the other way because the kids move out and everything else. And you go from the big 4 or 5-bedroom home to like the condo, 2-bedroom condo jobber, and that's life generally, how it goes. And that's kind of, and I'm not saying every person's like that, but atypically that's kind of the evolution of home ownership in the United States of America.
Well, like I answered to my sister, like when you and I talk all the time, a lot of people ask me, when is the best time to buy a home? Well, what is the best interest? Who gives me the best deal? Okay. Yeah. You know what? You have to be careful with that. Okay. But at the same time, if you qualify, if you are ready to buy a house, that is when you're ready to buy a house.
Exactly.
You can't just think about the market or what's happening because then you'll never buy a house.
Sure.
Okay.
You'll be waiting.
Exactly. I'm going to do the best I can and push you in the right position and explain new things to you so you understand better what you need to do.
Sure.
And at least don't put yourself in a bad place. The point is, in the end of the day, if you are ready to buy a home, the time to buy a home is now.
Sure.
It don't matter what's happening in the market. If you do that and you start talking about who does this, who does that, you will never buy a home.
Sure.
Okay? And you just basically shoot yourself in the foot.
Yeah, you'll be sitting out at the pool, keep dipping a toe in and waiting for the water to be perfect to jump in.
How many people didn't buy houses, when they was 3.5% or 4%? How come?
Yeah.
Because they were still saying the same thing.
Couldn't afford it.
I don't know if I should, and here we're looking where we are now.
Yeah. I just saw the time. We're out of it. It is 9:00 here, but I want to tell everybody, if you're wanting to have this conversation, get a hold of Elliot with Loan Depot. He's starting to put roots down. He's got an office here. It's not quite ready yet, but he's still kind of mobile for the time being. But give him a couple weeks here, and he'll get, as soon as he puts some paint and some carpet in, he'll get the office all snazzed up here. But reach out to him direct by his cell 719-237-4680. Again, that's 719-237-4680. You can still call the office number, and they'll get you to them. 505-445-2070. Again, 505-445-2070. You can also email Elliot at erodriguez@loandepot.com.
No, Elliot Rodriguez.
Oh, it's all full out Elliot. I'm sorry. Yeah, my eyes need to be thicker. It's E. Rodriguez was the old one. Elliot Rodriguez at loandepot.com, or go to loandepot.com/Elliot Rodriguez, and you can check out his website too. loandepot.com/Elliot Rodriguez.
Yeah, go in there, check it out, so you can see what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's all there.
And then like I said, reach out, have a call, and tell him your situation, and have a conversation about what he can do for you today.
Yeah, look me up on Facebook, and you see what we do.
Absolutely.
I post everything in there, so people can see it
and
what's happening.
He's like a lot of folks in the real estate in that industry. he's a lot of times working evenings, nights, because that's when you're off work. So he'll
catching up everything I
that's right. So if it's after hours and things, he'll come to you and all. He'll take care of all that stuff. So thank you, sir. As always, appreciate it. The visit. We'll see you here next time.
Thank you for having me.
Let's see what craziness in the world happens between now and next month that we're talking about here, and see who's falling off bikes and all that good stuff. So. Thanks, Elliot.
Thank you.
It's 9:01. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, or Roswell, New Mexico.
Day. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Are you kidding me? Gas prices are up again? Somebody has to do something.
Well, someone did. That's why I use Upside.
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that pays you back real money for every gallon of gas or diesel you buy. I just earned 25 cents back on every gallon of this tank.
Hold on. So the Upside app is free and you actually get cash back every time you use it? No strings attached?
Yep, it's awesome. Check it out. It only takes a couple of minutes to sign up.
Instead of just watching your dollars go into your tank, start putting money back into your wallet with the free app from Upside. With the price of gas today, it's big news and big money. To cash out of your Upside cash, just transfer it to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card. Upside users have already earned over $200 million. Now it's your turn. Download the free Upside app and start getting cash back on every gallon of gas. Use promo code SALEM for an extra 25 cents per gallon cash back in your first fill up. That's promo code SALEM. Remember, use promo code SALEM for an extra 25 cents per gallon back in your first fill-up.
French President Macron's centrist alliance projected to lose its majority despite getting the most seats in the final round of the parliamentary elections Sunday, while the far-right National Rally appears to have made big gains. BBC's Hugh Schofield in Paris.
There is a block of MPs who are from the old Conservatives, the Gaullists, the Chirac-Sarkozy party, the 60 or 70 of them, historic, traditional centre-right. They want the pension thing through, so he could form, on an ad hoc basis, maybe, an alliance with them. And the question is whether he forms an alliance with them on a kind of supply and deliver basis, where they say we'll vote on bits of legislature that we approve of, or whether there's an active kind of alliance with them. We'll have to see. But whatever happens, in allying with them, which I think he has no choice but to do, he will perforce be seen by the country as moving to the right.
And that is the BBC's Hugh Schofield reporting from the French capital. News and analysis, townhall.com. The hot real estate market making some homeowners wary of taking part in voluntary flood buyout initiatives.
The flood buyout programs typically purchase flood-prone homes, raise them, and turn the property into green space. Buyouts are also considered cheaper for taxpayers when compared to rebuilding the flooded homes. People who take buyouts usually want to relocate to similar homes in the same community, but some worry that buyout dollars will not be enough to buy the homes that they desire. Jason Walker reporting.
Ukrainian President Zelensky posting an uplifting Father's Day message with 10 photos of parents and youngsters set against the backdrop of war, praising his nation's fighters who protect and defend the most precious. The war in Ukraine has been going on for about 4 months, appears to be straining troop morale on both sides. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The Travelician, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Tres Inviernos.
Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Buenos lunes. Happy Monday, everybody.
See, I just saw the 47% chance of a recession in the next 12 months. That's 44%. Good news. Good news, everyone.
That's a John Riggins percentage rate right there. Eesh. No one knows who that is except for Redskin fans. John Riggins was arguably the greatest running back ever to lace them up. He was number 44 for the Washington Redskins. We called him Riggo, the Diesel.
The Riggo.
And he was in an age where men were men and women were too. And
what do I look like, a Mary? Of course I want cigarettes.
No, he was an old school guy, man. He was like he used to lead what they called the 5 o'clock club down in Redskins. See, of course, back then the Redskins were coached by Joe Gibbs, who is, again, the best coach ever to play football. But anyway, he was a very godly man. He yelled and he'd get in your face, don't get me wrong. But, he's a very devout man. And so, things like teetotaling and stuff like that aren't necessarily his bag, man.
Sure.
John Riggins, on the other hand, this man lived in after he won a Super Bowl, mind you. Divorce is a heck of a thing. Tell
me about it.
He was living in one of those
trailer parks?
No.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Trailer park would be highfalutin. He was living in like the self-storage place.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
I thought about it.
And but anyway, he started the 5 o'clock club where him and the Hogs, which were the offensive linemen, there was a shed out at Redskin Park that at 5 o'clock these grown men would go to and get hammered.
Nice.
And it would be 5 o'clock.
They'd go and get nice.
It would be John Riggins and the offensive lineman for the Washington Redskins, and they go in at 5 o'clock every day in there and get teetotaled. And it was the 5 o'clock club, and Riggins was kind of the but yeah, that was back when football was fun and sports were awesome.
I never thought about using the term teetotaling as a verb. Let's go get teetotaled.
I like it.
That's pretty good.
I'll crowbar it in.
I dig it.
I'm a creator of uselessness.
What happened to you last night? Oh man, we got teetotaled. I saw some stuff, and then I blacked out. I don't know what happened after that.
Hey, people like me give the guys at Webster's a job.
Because
No.
People like you give the guys at Urban Dictionary a job.
Yeah, but eventually to Webster's, because, let's face it. There's only so many words. You got to make new ones. Let's face it. Once you write the dictionary, what are you doing after that?
Sure.
Honestly, I got to work at Webster. Oh, but the book's already out.
But that's when you get cunning linguists.
So you need a guy like me to verbize things like teetotaling.
Sure.
And we crowbar that. So that guy now has a job because he's got to update the teetotaling entry in the Webster's dictionary.
He goes, number 4. Verb. To get absolutely smashed at a bar.
And by the way, my version is sans the
shed.
G. My version is sans the G at the end. Teetotaling.
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 Right, totaling.
Yeah.
But that is the action of getting teetotaled.
Correct.
Right. One teetotals in order to get teetotaled.
Yes. And then afterwards, you've been teetotalized.
Right. We're taking it back. Teetotally.
Or an acceptable post tense without the word is pickled.
A good solid pickling, yeah.
I always start these bad food, drink conversations right before someone like the health council shows up.
Of course. I've always been rather fond of the term schloggered.
Schloggered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fun one.
Yeah.
It's just, it rolls off the tongue. Oh, I got schloggered last night.
Yeah. Because
it's close to slaughtered.
Yeah. But it also sounds a little like Goldschlager.
It does. Or
which,
like
by
lager.
the way, not a good thing to get teetotaled on.
Dude.
I did that when I was a younger lad in my Air Force days. Never again will I touch Goldschlager.
I will save
ever.
I will save this for our mornings with Mike Winters after dark.
Yeah.
That we have planned.
Well, I could save that story for that too.
Oh, but I have got a story involving the former owner of a radio station that Mike and I worked for. That she really wrecked me on Goldschlager forever.
I could see that. She was a wild individual.
Yeah, a shot against your will?
Some people you know in your life, and you're like, they're crazy. And then you look at others, and you're like, no. They're crazy. And that's in that case.
We used to work for Anna Nicole Smith pretty much IRL. Like, we used to work for a woman who admired her and basically was living the lifestyle.
Nice person, but Sean and I were the mature ones.
Mm-hmm. And that's
what does that tell
scary.
you? What does that tell you?
Me and Mike, almost 20 years ago,
we were the
mature
adults
ones.
in the room. That is I wish that upon nobody.
Put it this way.
That we're the adults in the room.
Mike, 10 years younger than me now, were the responsible ones.
Oh, yeah. I was extra smart alecky back then. Not as much as my younger days, but still pretty.
Sure.
Like, I was married, and I love my wife. Best thing has ever happened to me. But I am about a level 7 in this. I'm about 7 notches under in my smart alecky level. As bachelor versus
you've
married
been toned
Mike.
Down quite a
big
bit.
Time.
Mm-hmm.
Most of you don't know me pre-marriage, and I was offensive.
There's a reason for that.
Because I like to make people mad when they say and do stupid things. So
that him has a different name.
I just don't
got canceled.
I just don't have a filter back then, and so I was more offensive in said way of doing it. Now I'm much more, suave and savage. Savage but suave. Yeah, I'm more. I'm more savvy and less savage.
You're tuned exactly. You're tuned into today's lingo.
At least to other people.
Sure.
Now, if I'm by myself or ranting, it's back on.
Oh no, I've heard it.
Yeah,
I've heard it.
Yeah, y'all would be sending me to some kind of meeting.
One of these days, I'm just going to flip on the microphone in the other room and just try to record it.
Please don't. I do like my job.
No, just for a meeting. Just for a meeting.
I'm a guy that, it builds up, and then I let it out like a safety valve, and then I'm fine. But sometimes people are in the room when the safety valve goes off, and I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I can say is I'm sorry.
I've learned new types of cancer that I didn't even know existed.
I wish cancer
because
upon
of
people.
the types that Mike has wished on them. Like, I'm like, oh, that's a new one. I need to write that down. I didn't even know you can get cancer there.
I've wished sterility on many, many people. I've done a lot. I'm not proud
In
of.
some cases, necessarily.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Some were called for, but some weren't. All right, before I end up in a Me Too jail or something.
The FCC won't let you be.
Yeah, before I'm on the side trying to sell preppers meals or whatever what happens when you get fired from radio gigs. It is 9:14. Like I said, we're going to have the folks from the Chaves County Health Council join us here. So we can talk to them, and I don't have to sell prepper food online because I got fired from radio. But we got, of course, August is the actual health expo, but we're coming up on some deadlines for logo designs and T-shirts. And, of course, now is the time to sign up to be a booth or to be a sponsor of the Chaves County Health Council's Health Expo later in August. And, by the way, it's almost June over now. We're 20 days into June. July is a hop, skip, and a jump away. So everything's just going fast. But we'll have the ladies from the Health Council here in just a bit. Before we do any of that, though, let's go ahead and get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We'll be in the mid-90s today with a mix of sunshine and clouds, but we do have some of that monsoon moisture coming into our area, so a good chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon, and some heavy rainfall will be possible. Showers overnight and down to a low of about 70. Scattered showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon again on Tuesday, a mix of sun and clouds, and our high around 90. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 73 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 64%. Winds currently out of the southeast at 5 miles per hour. They're saying there's a chance, pretty good chance today and tomorrow, but there's little chances all week. We are looking at a 50% chance. Actually, I take that back. Since I've refreshed, 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms likely this afternoon. They say some of these storms could produce some heavy rainfall. They're saying mostly cloudy for the day, although looks pretty sunny out. There's a few clouds out there, but a lot more blue than cloud at the moment, at least from my perspective. But we're looking at rainfall amounts less than 1/10 of an inch expected today during the day, unless we actually get a thunderstorm moving through the area, and they could be severe. Tonight, we're looking at a 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms. They're talking mainly before 9 p.m. So really, according to this, our sweet spot window is 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. for these storms of which they speak. They say some of these storms could produce some heavy rainfall, cloudy with an overnight low of 69 degrees, west winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. They're saying rainfall totals tonight anywhere between 1/4 and 1/2 inch of rain possible. Tuesday, we're looking at a 40% chance at some afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Once again, some of those storms could produce some heavy rainfall. Mostly sunny once again, highs right around 92 with winds out of the northeast 5 to 15 miles per hour. 20% chance of rain for tomorrow night, partly cloudy with an overnight low of 68 and south winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. And then looking at the rest of the week, the rain chances start dissipating or getting less, but they still pop up here and there. Wednesday, mostly sunny and 94. Thursday, a 20% chance of showers, sunny and hot and 97. Friday, sunny 100 for a high. Saturday, sunny, hot 101. And then a 20% chance of rain Sunday, mostly sunny and 95. But today, tomorrow, looks like our best chances here with 60% today and 40% tomorrow. So hopefully we get, knocking on some wood here, some good moisture out of all this. Some good soaking moisture, hopefully. All right, it is 9:18. Let's go ahead and we got to take about a 5-minute commercial break. Got to play some commercials here. And then we'll have the ladies from the Chaves County Health Council join us on the other side. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Summer is here, and it's the perfect time for you to get those wisdom teeth taken care of. Hi, I'm Dr. Sarah Usher with Carabelli Dental. Our experienced dental team is here to provide you the best comfort with sedation dentistry. Wisdom teeth removal can be very intimidating, but not when you're in our office with the experts on your side. We know you want to get to that summer fun, but first, let us get you in tip-top shape. Call us, and our team will help you set up your appointment for wisdom teeth removal.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental in Roswell or call 622-4455.
Big O Tires proudly sells our own brand of affordable tires. Our Bigfoot AT2 offers improved all-terrain traction. Our Legacy All-Season Plus keeps you on the road in any weather. And each set comes standard with the industry's greatest warranty. Now through July 10th, save $100 instantly on select sets of 4 Big O brand tires with installation purchase. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Disposal fees extra and up to 10% shop fee based on non-discounted regular retail price not to exceed $35 where permitted. Not valid with other offers. Valid at participating locations.
For over 40 years, Sierra Blanca Motors here in Roswell have been providing locals with quality vehicles and are committed to providing you quality vehicles and service for many years to come. No sales gimmicks, no inflated pricing, just a quality pre-owned vehicle listed at retail pricing or less. Have a used vehicle to sell? Get top trade-in value or an amazing cash offer today. Let Danny or Jose provide you a great car buying experience. Call 575-622-7907 or stop by Sierra Blanca Motors at 720 South Main Street in Roswell. Se habla español.
Sometimes when you hit the road hits back. That's why MTA Mechanics and Tire carries major brands like Bridgestone, Cooper, and Michelin. Not only do you get top brand tires, but you also get a nationwide warranty. So wherever you are, MTA Mechanics and Tire has you covered. Stop by or let MTA come to you with their MTA Mobile Tire Shop, covering Roswell, Carlsbad, and Artesia. They can come to your home, office, or even the airport, and alignment is included on all sets of 4 tires. MTA Mechanics and Tires, getting you back on the road.
Wakefield Oil Express has the highest quality service in Roswell with a 17-point full-service oil change that includes a full wash and vacuum at their car wash. You won't find a better deal. They also offer full synthetic oil changes, fuel and cabin filter replacements, and will even check your battery. Their tunnel wash isn't afraid of dirty vehicles. They have the best value wash in town with free vacuums. They even offer wash passes that can be used for multiple vehicles. Next time you need your oil changed, go to the fast and efficient Wakefield Oil Express and let them earn your business. 3204 North Main, Roswell.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon you wish would never end. The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends. underground. The good old days are being made right now.
Our Cookie Two-Step Ice Cream is a creamy vanilla ice cream with hints of brown sugar, chunks of chocolate cream-filled cookies, and tasty chocolate chip cookie dough pieces. Cookie Two-Step has everybody's taste buds two-stepping, and 1 and 2.
The good old days are being made right now. The good old days are being made right now.
Look for Bluebell Ice Cream at Albertsons United Supermarkets and Thriftway Supermarket in Ruidoso.
This lot is hot. The summer of savings is on all month long at Roswell Nissan with scorching savings on a fresh lineup of amazing vehicles like a 2018 Nissan Altima for just $319 a month, a 2015 GMC Terrain for just $269 a month, or a 2016 Jeep Cherokee for just $209 a month. Zero down, no payments till August, and top dollar for your trade. And bring in your mailer for the chance to play Lucky Lotto and win cash. The summer of savings on now at Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd, or shop online 24/7 at roswellnissan.com.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Army National Guard. Aired by the New Mexico Broadcasters Association and this station.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Bamboo plants can grow up to 36 inches in a day. So if you're told you're growing like a weed, you can say, "No, I'm growing like a bamboo." Here's Mike Winters.
People look at you weird, but you're more, factually correct anyway, and that's what's important. Make people feel inferior while you feel smart. Isn't that the point of life? Good morning. It is 24 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the Chaves County Health Council, we have back with us Joanne Lopez, Jennifer Smith, and Carrie Moore. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
How are you doing? I always think I went left to right last time. I went right to left this time. I try to. Maybe I'll start in the middle next time.
A little dyslexic, are you?
Well, I want to be, fair advantage to get everybody in there. So, good morning, ladies. How y'all doing today?
Excellent.
Good. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the moisture that we got.
Yes, sir.
Good. Of course, what we really want to tell folks about it, we can talk about the weather and various rude things all the time, which we do here plenty. But the Chaves County Health Council, one of the biggest events that's kind of on the public's radar that they do every year is the Health Expo that is coming up back in its full form here in August. Where I know that still seems a long time away, but it really isn't. We're already 20 days into June, which means next week will be like July, which means right after that will be August.
Yeah. Sorry, kids, you got to go back to school.
Yeah, it happens. But coming up here is the Chaves County Health, and it's going to be back in its pre-COVID form, where it's all going to be on site again at the Convention and Civic Center here. It's going to be the whole building full of great stuff this year. But right now is the time to sign up to be a booth, to sponsor. I know you for the last this month of June here, you guys have had the T-shirt design logo contest, and I think they got till the end of this month to get those submissions in, or are we past the deadline?
No, till the end of June.
So we got 10 more days. 10 more days to get your submissions in. So if you love to draw and create, and this is it for kids or for anybody? I can't forget.
14 and up.
14 and up. So if you're 14 or older, you are encouraged to submit your design for the T-shirt, and then these ladies and some others, I'm thinking, are going to pick the winner from that. And then your design will be the official logo and shirt for this year's Health Expo. But, again, the expo's in August. The T-shirts have to be out and about and ready by then. So that means we need to get you to get these submissions in before the end of this month. So.
There are a few requirements for the T-shirt contest, Jennifer.
Yeah, there are some theming and things that we'd like you to incorporate.
If you go onto our Facebook page, we've got the flyer up there. It has our new slogan on there, and we want that to be incorporated into the design in some way, shape, or form.
And tell folks what the new slogan is.
The slogan is coordinated, connected, committed, building a healthier community one member at a time.
Nice. Very good. So that's kind of the theme of your shirt. And that has to be in the shirt somewhere. Yes. And then whatever, I'm guessing how you interpret that, what that means to you is probably going to be your design there. And so, if you want to do it, phonetically with the words, or I don't know, there's lots of different ways you can go with this, or a scene that kind of matches, exemplifies what that we're talking about here, or, you're the creative people. Y'all take it in the direction that you think's really, good with.
Has some phenomenal artists, so we're hoping that they all will take a look at this and really jump in and join it.
Maybe you incorporate other Roswell's themes in there, and I know it's always aliens, but who knows? We do have
I think they might be in
a little bit. But even, we do have farming and ranching and cheese. Maybe you want to incorporate those things in there, too. Why not?
I'll say alien, cow, milking, string cheese.
That's right.
Yep, it's right there by people. You can do it.
Well, we all know everything's better when you put cheese on it. I know this is a health council, and we're supposed to be talking healthy, but...
Cheese is healthy.
It ain't wrong. Cheese can be very healthy, Maybe not 8 pounds of it at once, but
Something really great about this contest, Mike, is that it's going to be a Survey Monkey tour where the community gets to vote on it. It's
gotcha.
Not like
So
the council itself votes on it. The community.
So it is the public gets to decide which one they like here. So, but the first rule is you got to get your submissions in to the Health Council by the end of this month here. How do they submit? How do they do? They do it all through Facebook, or do they go through the website, or what's the way to get those entries submitted to you guys?
They can email us. They can contact us on Facebook.
Okay.
The flyer has a phone number. They can get a hold of Joanne, and we can set up to either do in person if it's a physical, like drawing or something like that.
So
or
if it's like
a
drawing on a piece of paper, here it is, or if it's something on a digital something or another.
Yeah, they can email it. So we have it to where they can either submit it in person or by email.
Okay. And I don't know. I'm not a graphic designer in any way, shape, or form. It's, from your perspective, I'm guessing it's easier digitally than... I mean, sure, if someone wants to draw a picture, but if you had the ability to do it on a digital thing, that probably makes it a little easier for you guys to get it made, rather than you guys walking into a place with a cartoon-colored picture that says, make a shirt out of this.
Well, we can make it work either way.
Okay, I didn't know.
We don't want to limit anybody.
I'm not an expert on that stuff, but I didn't know if it's easier to get, like if you got a jump drive with your JPEG or whatever it is, or whatever DAT file.
Not a JPEG.
Yeah, whatever. I'm a little older. I don't know the modern lingo. The dot form MP17 or whatever they got now.
We don't want to limit anybody, so you can submit however you need to. We've already gotten some hand-drawn submissions in person.
Well, younger kids, or 14-year-olds maybe not have access to some of the full computers full time, but they got a sketch pad and some coloring pencils, and because some people that's that's their thing. We carry an iPad or a smartphone around with us. These people have a sketch pad, and just what I mean. They got that brain that like to sketch and go do all, and so they, while we carry our phone in our pockets, I'm sure they have theirs, but right next to it's the sketch pad and the paper and the pencils, and they're drawing. And I kind of wish I had that ability, but I don't. But please reach out, and who knows, we could all be oogling and eyeing over your design here on the T-shirt as well. Now, if you don't have any artistic ability whatsoever, fear not. We still want you involved in the in the health fair. Now is the time too. If you'd like a booth, we got space. Like I said, we got the entire convention center for this year's Health Expo. So if you want to be a part of it, if you have a business or an organization that would kind of fit the vein of the Health Council, which obviously anything health and wellness related, whether it's holistic or traditional or whatever it is, game on, bring it all in. But even if it's an ancillary, maybe you're maybe you
insurance.
Sell insurance, or maybe you sell health equipment, maybe you sell treadmills and spas and things. I don't know.
Well, we're looking at gyms also to
gym
be
member.
involved.
Yeah, gyms come in to promote tout their gym. Everything that promotes health. You know,
you sell bicycles.
Yes.
There you go. Any of that stuff, you know, and obviously you're going to have, you know, representatives from the city, county, the hospitals, places that are more official healthcare facilities. They're going to have their experts there. So if you need help, like with screenings and stuff like that, we'll talk more as we get actually closer to the event as far as who's doing what screenings at the event. But you know, like mammographies to your diabetes and those type of lab work type things. All that stuff, we're looking to be a part of this. So if you have those abilities to do that, mobile scenarios and stuff like that, I know the hospital and stuff take care of that. But I know there's a lot of private companies now that do some of this stuff. Are available right here in town. You want to set up shop at the health fair and saying, hey, like, come, you know, this is how we do health care at our place. And you know, because we do live in a world, especially with COVID, everyone's sort of becoming, I wouldn't say a health expert, but everyone's expert in wanting to learn more about, you know what I mean?
More conscious.
Yeah, more conscious of their health and things like that. So let's bring it on. Let's get out there. You know, obviously with the cannabis industry now in the infancy as far as medical and recreational really for New Mexico, if there's stuff in the healthcare related to that you want to be a part of this, please come on out. This is a mecca for information, and that's what we want to do. We want any person that comes in free to walk in off the streets to be able to walk through here and get a good idea about what they can do about their health care, regardless of where they're at, whether they, you know, employed and have health care or don't have any insurance or haven't seen a doctor in 20 years. Doesn't matter. Whatever it is, we want them to come to the health fair and to be able to get on a path to get reconnected or get healthy and all of those things. And so if it's sports physicals, the kid stuff, everything, game on, bring it out for the fair here.
Yeah, we want to have a really good idea of what there is health and wellness wise in Roswell, and we want it to be represented at the Health Expo. So our community knows what there is, because if you're not out there, people don't know.
Sure. And let's face it, there's been a lot of new stuff coming to the area and since COVID.
I was going to say, there's been a lot of changes. People have left, people are coming in, and everybody's always, I see it all over Facebook, who's taking new patients.
Yeah.
Well, everybody's giving the exact same thing, but nobody really knows. So if you're a doctor and you're accepting new patients.
Yeah. But even like the world we live in on how you do doctors is different. I mean, and you know, COVID kind of forced the hand on this to some extent, but the world was going this way anyway. And now, you know, so things like I don't have time, I don't have money, I don't have resources. No. There's different ways we can. Literally, like, who's got time to see a doctor? Guess what? You got a phone now. They can do it appointment. You know, telehealth and these kind of avenues. And if you're wanting to learn more and all that, you know, there's going to be people that can help you navigate that kind of stuff and learn more about that. So we're hoping this gives you, the public, a chance to be proactive on your own health. And I know but you've got 20 different people telling you 20 different things, and you go and 1 week, and I get you, 1 week you're like, milk's scary, blah, blah, blah. It's like, what, milk's not good? And now next week, no, drink gallons of it. It's great. And so you live in a world where, you know, you're
today
like,
it's good, tomorrow it's bad.
Yeah, and so let's use this as that opportunity to kind of separate fact from fiction, understand what's available to you out there, and really get a chance to see, especially people that are a little older and you get set in your ways and tried, and I get you. I'm one of those people where, you know, you find a path that this works for you and you do it, but then, which is great, but sometimes you miss out on other things because you're like, nope, I found my groove. This is how it works. Stay out of my way. This is my groove. Come out to this thing, and you might learn more things that throw in your groove.
Well, and then you have the other generation that is their first time adulting, and they have no idea what to do.
Absolutely.
It's like my son was telling me, Mom, my ears hurt. Okay, go make you an appointment.
Where?
Yeah, dude, you have to learn how to do this.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, at some point,
Already grown
I'm not
up.
going to be around to take care of this for you.
I'm not going to take you at 50 years old to the doctor, boy.
Yeah. They make movies about those people, and they never end up well.
The only good thing is I don't have a basement, so we're good.
Well,
That's
guys,
so funny.
people like Melissa McCarthy can only make so many movies about those people. But yeah, that's just it. If you don't know, come learn. And like you said, yeah, if you're young and out on your own and you've been used to where these kinds of things were done for you, and now you're like, I don't know how to get a doctor's appointment. I don't know. Like what happened? How do I get insurance? What is that? Like I just don't have it still. My mom don't cover me anymore. How does that work? Let's talk to some folks.
And for the elderly, it's an all-age event. That's something
absolutely.
that we stress on.
So I know,
all age.
but you're right, Joanne. Like I think a lot of people think this is for elderly to come and get their glucose checks and all that, or it's for kids to get their sports physicals or their free school supplies or something. And it's like, yeah, it's those things on these, but there's so much in the middle of there that this comes part that you're going to like. So please, if you're like, well, I don't need old people services and I don't need sports physicals. So this ain't going to benefit me. Oh, no. This is everything in between. If maybe you want to learn more about cannabis, maybe you're in that world. It's like, I always thought it was bad. Now they're saying there's a bunch of health. Maybe there's some people there I can learn and dip a toe into that world. Or maybe, just how they treat like diabetes. That's a whole different ballgame now. You were diagnosed 10 years ago. You'd walk into the doctor's office like, what are you doing? Stop eating cheeseburger. Now it's a whole different world on how they treat and even how they, instead of getting you to the point where you should eat things that you don't want to eat the whole time, now they're kind of like, all right, let's take your lifestyle and let's work around it and let's see if we can do things to mitigate and give you, that, and that's great because now people are getting health care where people said, I'm not going to have some guy yell at me for I'll just fine, whatever. Now they're a little bit more, okay, let's, doctors and healthcare seem to like the shift is mentally saying, okay, we're not here to judge you. We're here to get you better. And because they find out that all of us eat poorly and all of us do these things.
It's
and
easier
we all
to fix and adjust your lifestyle than to convert your lifestyle.
But healthcare has kind of shifted that mindset.
Yeah.
So if you hadn't gone to the doctor in 10 years because you're tired of them, they're going to yell at me about this, and this. And it's like, it's a different world now. That's, now granted, if they're yelling at you now, it's probably because you're actually doing and saying things to warrant said yelling, but they're not there to judge like it felt like it used to be. It's more of a partnership where it's like, okay, you're here. We want to get you here. What can we do to do that? What are you willing to do and not willing to do? And if you're saying, well, look, I'm not going to eat. I'm going to keep eating pizza. I don't care. All right, fine. Well, maybe not eat a whole pizza at once. Am I bleeding again? My forehead? Oh, I'm always sweating. It's always hot in here.
It's because he was talking about cannabis.
Yeah, so it was. Turning the heat on me here. It's a little warm, but... well, last week I was randomly bleeding, and I was like... So, anyway. I need the health fair. I'm falling apart. But...
well, we were going to mention that, but,
Get a leg up, literally. I left it there. But yeah, so it's a different mindset now. And so please use this health fair as that opportunity to take control of your health and to say, you know what, I'm going to start the path towards doing healthier things than doing less healthier things. And
that's why we really try to focus not just on health. We try to focus on the wellness part too.
Yeah, the lifestyle.
Yeah, and to keep you healthy and to keep you maybe from not needing those diabetes services and things like that.
Yeah, now that being said, I'm not saying go ahead and M&M up here and do what you want. They're going to figure it out anyway. No, you still need discipline and you still need to try to make healthier choices. Yeah. But at the same time, it's a world of we're not perfect. They get that sometimes that pie walks in and you're like, I want the pie.
All of it.
I know it's not good for me, but I will want to kiss people now after I eat this piece of pie. Right now I want to punch them in the face. I'll eat the pie. I'm going to be, you know what I mean? And so we get, doctors like, I get it. Okay. All right. Now let's just have you eating a piece. not
the whole thing.
2/3 of the pie and say, what are you guys eating? You know, I love Bluebell ice cream too, but you shouldn't eat it by a whole half gallon.
Right,
Just because
right.
it comes in a half gallon doesn't mean you eat the whole half gallon at one time. And so that's where medicine's kind of going at this point here. I think I got a little off topic, but kinda. What's the best way to reach out for you guys as far as if you want to be a sponsor? You know, because that's another way. Maybe your business isn't per se a direct, but you love what's going on here and you'd like to support financially, and we'll put your name on a whole bunch of cool stuff and get the word out about you. What's the best way to reach out for you on some of these things?
You can find us on our Facebook page, or you can email Joanne at chaviscountyhealthcouncil@outlook.com.
Okay.
And
Very
then
good.
they can also call 211, and then
Yes.
it'll come directly
Which,
to
by the
me.
way, is the official, if you have questions about anything,
resources, any type of
health related,
resource, we will try
you
to
call
connect you.
211 and someo's there to help you with those things. If you have an emergency, call 911.
Right.
But if you just want to know, like, where's, hey, you got some
I
I
need
don't know.
help pay my rent.
Yeah.
Or I fell behind.
Or,
due to COVID.
who do I go to for health nutritionists and things like that? Okay, well, so-and-so's got these, stuff like that. Or if you
Absolutely.
need, that's where 211 is for. And it's available, that's 24/7? Is there someone, or is it a 9 to 5, or what's the?
Kind of 9 to 5.
Gotcha. And it's not like a
If you leave a
crisis
message,
line.
someone will get back to you.
If you call 2 in the morning, leave a message, someone will
Yeah.
get back to you
We're
at a
not
decent hour the
that
next
big
day.
yet, but hopefully, eventually, in the future, we will be kind of a small call center.
Yeah.
But at this
Well,
point,
and
no.
the idea is an information hotline. It's not a crisis line.
Right.
It's not like
Exactly.
like for instance,
suicide prevention. or
the Roswell Refuge has their 24/7
Yeah.
domestic. But that's for any. But this isn't that
Yeah,
line.
no.
This is someone saying, "Man, I need to find a doctor, and what's the best resource in town? Let me call 211, and they can tell me who I need to talk to."
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it's for. So if you have health-related questions that are non-emergency, 211.
And
So-
we're the 211 is connected with the health council.
Good
so
deal. So in essence, also, I guess in theory, if you say I want to sponsor
They can call
the health fair,
211.
or I'm interested in getting a booth at the health fair, call 211 and leave a message if you don't get somebody live, and we'll get back to you. But and then of course you can always like and follow the Chavis County Health Council on Facebook. That's good to do anyway, because that's constantly a page. It's updated with any events happening around town, or it's a resource for other things around town, not just health related stuff. So when there's big events, big things happening, it's a good place. So like and follow it that way. It's another resource for you to learn about things around town. But then again, if you have your own questions, if you want to sign up, or if you're a person that's offering resources here and you want to get the word out, the Health Council can help you do all of that too. And so when it's not just health fair stuff.
Yeah, we happily share anything that's shared with us. If you've got an event going on for your organization, we'll share it.
Absolutely. But big things right now. Get your T-shirt logo designs in. You've got till the end of June, which is about a week and a half here, to get that done, 10 days actually, to get that done and get turned in. Also, what's the deadline for, it's when it's full, but is there a drop dead deadline as far as being a sponsor? Because I know you guys got to get material out and all that. Is there an absolute deadline that you say, I'm sorry, I can't take any more entries or any more sponsorship?
Yes, July 8th.
July the 8th is that day. So you got about 3 weeks to get that done. So if you'd like to be a sponsor and like to make sure you get your name on the materials, I'm sure if you came in July 20th and don't mind not being on the materials but want to help, we'll get you in there. But
we'll take your money.
But to take,
But I'm not putting your logo on nothing.
but to take full advantage of all of the promotional materials that you were a part of, we need to make sure you get it in before that July 8th deadline here.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. We already have sponsors on board. So we've got Eastern New Mexico Medical Center, Humana, Character Counts in Chavis County, Bewitches, and Boys and Girls Club of Chavis and Lincoln County.
Awesome.
So they got in way early.
Good.
So they're able to get promotion now.
Yeah. See,
And
if you
so-
already been early, your name would have been mentioned there too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But we'd still love to have you. Please
Yes.
come and reach out. Again, this is it's just a great community event that really benefits many, many folks in our community. It's a connecting event where we get to meet people from different parts of town and because you get everybody out there. You got the kids and families that are getting ready for school and trying to get the kids ready for going back to school. Like you said, you also get your seniors and things that are maybe they don't like to go out and about, so they're going to kind of use this as an opportunity to do a one-stop shop and hit a bunch of screenings and things like that, especially for folks that maybe don't have a doctor or a health plan right now. If you don't, come out because we need to get you on that. But if, finances and things, I get it. You're like, well, it's either pay for this or pay for this, and this is what I'm paying for. Come out and take advantage of all these free screenings. At least utilize that so we know that at least you're getting some health care on you here. And I know, especially parents and things, you're going to sacrifice yourself to take care of your kids and everything when push comes to shove. But take care of yourself, too, because you can't take care of your kids if you don't.
And it's also a great way to advertise to a niche group, people who are looking for health and wellness services. For $75, you can get a booth, 2 backpacks so that we have something to give to the kids.
Yeah.
And you're hitting a target market. I mean, it's kind of hard nowadays to hit that target market, and this one is specifically for those people.
Yeah.
So, $75 in and out.
Absolutely. Plus, it's it's fun because you learn about a lot of resources in our community that you may not have had. And like I said, maybe it's health related, but not necessarily like you said. I didn't realize we had a place here where you could get health equipment for this, or you know what I mean? You get a chance to learn about various entities and businesses in our community as well too. So please not only support it and sponsor, but make plans to attend and come and utilize all this stuff. Visit these booths, and obviously if you play your cards right, you get all kinds of free swag and stuff because people give away all kinds. If you walk out of there empty-handed, you kind of didn't try very hard.
Oh,
but.
You're going to get a huge bag from us so that you can put all of the swag in because we saw tons of people walking away with big old huge bags full of stuff.
So, I mean, use it for that. It's like, come for the free stuff, stay for actually getting some information and getting maybe signed up for a program that could really change your life for the better.
And the more sponsors we get, the more we're able to offer. So we use the sponsorship money, for advertising and, putting the event on itself, but also for buying prizes.
Materials.
So like bikes and helmets and scooters and neat stuff for families.
The stuff to draw.
Yeah, we're going to look at doing a family pass for the aquatic center again, a family pass for the zoo again.
And willing to work with you guys on
so
that.
We're going to offer all of that kind of stuff, but we need sponsors to be able to pay for that. The more sponsors we have, the more we can give out to the community.
So even if your business isn't necessarily in the industry, but you love what's going on and want to support it, I get it. Car dealerships and things aren't necessarily healthcare related fields, but many of your customers use it, and it's a great way to support them
too.
Yeah, of course. We do. We have those organizations that and businesses in town that are always doing that, and we're asking you to step up one more time and get involved here with this one and reach on out. Yeah, you get a lot of cool stuff for your sponsorship, like endorsement, and it really is good community relations for your business and everything else.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, this is how you make our community better. And I know every business owner here wants a great community because it's their roots just like it's our roots. So by you stepping up out of your normal zone to get involved, you're making our community a better place. And people see that. And, there's a reason why we see certain businesses' names at every event.
Right.
And it's because they really do give back in our community. So please be one of those. And we thank the ones that keep doing that time and time again. Roswell would not be what it is without your support. So we do appreciate that. So if anybody doesn't want to do the Facebook and all that, is there another number but 211 they can call, or is just go ahead and do 211 for everything? Like if they want to talk to someone live about more logistic stuff that they don't necessarily find answers online or anything like that?
Yeah, they can call. It's 575-910-0465.
All right. Good deal. So call. Oh, by the way, sweat labor too. I'm sitting here sweating just sitting here, but we need physical bodies of people if you want to serve on the council
definitely
to help with the actual physical logistics. There's going to be booths set up, tables move, water here, this, that, air conditioning, cooling fan, whatever. There's going to be a lot of moving parts. And if you'd like to help with that side, too, you would be very much appreciated and loved because I'm sure these three don't want to do it all themselves.
No, please come and help. And I know that the Boys and Girls Club is going to need help with their fun run that's a part of the Health Expo.
Yes.
On blocking roads off and getting people signed up and handing water out,
Good
that
deal.
kind of thing. So definitely help out.
Good deal.
if
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
can.
It's all. It all makes the event go that much better, and we would love. And to be honest, you'll be surprised that when you get involved in that way, you start making friends and start learning things about the community.
This is a great networking event.
It really is. You start learning the real fabric of this community when you start doing that stuff. I know we get on social media and you see that version, but come out to events like this, you see what this town's really about. And that's
they always say it's who you know, not what you know. This is how you find those who's.
Yeah, exactly. These are the people that roll up their sleeves, that are doing the difference, and we'd love to have you come be a part of it because the more of us doing it, the less work that needs to be done. So, good deal. Did we get everything? I know I soapboxed a couple times.
We need to talk more about the fun run.
All right, let's talk about the fun run. Yes.
Boys and Girls Club is hosting this year. It's an 80s theme. It's the Footloose Fun Run.
All right.
And they're taking registrations right now. It's limited on T-shirts.
Okay.
I think what is it? The first
200.
200.
All right, so if you want to
sign up,
guarantee,
get a free shirt.
Sign up now rather than later.
Yes. So they're still taking sign-ups, and it's just a fun way to get out and
then, of course,
have some fun.
the sooner you sign up, the more time you get to plan your 80s apparel for said fun run.
And we might mention that if you're a sponsor or whether you get a booth, just sponsorships, I believe you will receive a few free entries to the fun
Okay,
run.
so if you want to, get your 80s on and do a little running, and you get part of that too.
Yeah, and that's a fundraiser for the Boys and Girls Club. So all the
Good.
money that they make for that goes back into their program,
Excellent.
which will help with the kids.
By the way, Spencer, speaking of Boys and Girls Club, parents, if you're looking for a great summer, they do have a summer program over there that's very affordable, and they do an amazing job. If you're looking for some summer enrichment for your kids, and they really got everybody, elementary to high school, and so it doesn't matter what age your child is, they can help you at Boys and Girls Club there. Please reach out to them. So, but yeah, it's great that they're doing, and we have them on here from time to time talking, but it's great to see that you guys are able to partner with them and them to utilize their resources to help make this better. And at the same time, we're scratching their back and helping them get reestablished in our community and get set back up and getting. There's been so much progress to Boys and Girls Club over the last year, 2 years here. That's like if you were involved with Boys and Girls Club, say 10 years ago, it's night and day different.
Yes.
I'm like back in the 80s and 90s. Okay, yeah, I'm old.
It's different there too. Just the sweatpants are different. But and a pro tip: if you're gonna go 80s for fun run, stay away from the Michael Jackson stuff.
Yeah, no leather.
The red leather in August would be a bad
That will hurt
idea.
It is early in the morning, but I still think it would be too hot for leather.
You're going to be looking for all those zippers to unzip and hope you don't pass out. Because
Ooh, time to break out the parachute pants, though.
that hammer might be okay. Maybe the hammer pants, something of that.
Oh, that's later.
I know it's a little later.
Yeah,
but
no, we got to go a little earlier there.
I'm trying to think what
Bright
would be
neon.
I'm trying to think what would be good 80s.
The leg warmer.
I got to be honest. Spicoli, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. That might be your best because he wears a lot of shorts and T-shirts. You got to get a blonde wig if you don't naturally have flowing blonde hair like all of us. Some of us don't have that, but and maybe a pizza.
Little risky business.
Oh yeah. Of course, then you might be getting into indecent exposure depending on your underpants situation there with the socks. So you got to be careful. Long shirt, boxer shorts.
There you go.
No bikini briefs and a tube top. Just saying.
Speedos. They can wear Speedos.
You can, but we ask you don't. For the sake of everyone, don't.
Oh, it's family friendly.
Family friendly.
Yeah. Better remember that.
And eyeball friendly. We don't want to see all of your healthiness.
Right.
It is a health council. Leave a little to the mystery, to the imagination.
Not doing that kind of screening.
That's right. But please, mark it on your calendars. Do we have to give the date, August? Give the actual...
August 6th.
August the 6th. I think we got to talk, and I don't think I kept saying August, but I don't think I actually said August 6th in there.
And the run will be from 7 to about 8, and the expo actually begins at 8.
Right, 8 o'clock, and it's done by, about 1 or so, I think?
12.
Noon. It's at 12 noon. So it's all morning there, and it's all in the morning. So if you come in the afternoon, you're going to be like, hey, what happened? Everyone left. Where'd the party go?
Yep.
But you get there before noon and come on out. Like you said, you come out early at 7 in your best 80s attire, I'm trying to think.
By next time, we'll have some good ones for
Fat
you.
old guys, Rodney Dangerfield, back to school, cap and gown. They're kind of light and airy. You can do Rodney Dangerfield, and you'll be back to school.
I'll have to think about
That'll be a good 80s thing. There you go, and you can keep
Some
doing
Ghostbusters.
You can keep doing Rodney. Yeah, you could. I'd like to do the one-liners at Rodney, no respect. I can do the whole thing.
See, you could be at a table handing out water and give everybody a one-liner as they're going through.
There you go.
See, we got a plan for you, Mike.
There you go. There we go. Hopefully, I don't make everybody mad. And take it in stride in the way.
I'm nervous there.
Hey, this guy over here. He's just been insulting every person that walks by.
Just leave your Andrew Dice play at home.
Oh, victory, I can't say any more of that. Even in this modern age, that is still frowned upon. Good deal. Well, thank you, ladies. We appreciate it. Please come on out August 6th. Don't forget, deadline June 30th. Get your T-shirt submissions in. All of that's got to be done here. And July 8th is your absolute drop-dead deadline to get your booth, sponsorships, all of that as part of this year's Health Council's Health Fair. Come and then make plans to attend 8 to 6, all happening at the Convention and Civic Center. August 6th. 8-6 is what I meant to say, not 8 to 6. 8-6, August 6th, from 7 to noon at the Roswell Convention and Civic Center. That's what I meant to say. So thank you, guys. We'll see you next time, okay?
Yes,
all right. It is 9:58. Let's take a quick break before they don't let us on the radio anymore. Don't go away.
The Valley Cafe introduces weekly lunch specials. Whether you like burgers, soups, salads, or sandwiches, the Valley Cafe will satisfy your lunch cravings. This week for lunch, try the Jamwich. Thinly sliced ham, bacon, grilled onions, grilled jalapenos, and Swiss cheese. Served on a bolillo bun with jalapeno pineapple jam. Grab and go lunch now at the Valley Cafe, the orange building across from Church on the Move, 801 Brasher in Roswell.
The blowout is on. The Honda Summer Blowout is on now at Roswell Honda with an explosive selection of sparkling new rides to choose from, like a 2017 Honda Accord for just $389 a month, a 2019 Ford EcoSport for just $349 a month, or a 2015 Chrysler 200 for just $249 a month. Get a Home Depot gift card and a Caribbean getaway just for stopping by, a VR headset with a test drive, and an Amy's Fireworks bundle with purchase. And register to win a $500 Amy's Fireworks bundle to be given away June 25th at 1 p.m. The blowout is on at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
I have a snake for your drain. You might want to step back.
Oh no, baby.
All AC units moke a little. Is normal.
Oh no, baby.
Haha, now your sprinkler system's strong like bull.
Come on now. Don't let any fool work on your plumbing and air conditioning. Fergalicious. From clogged drains to sprinkler systems, Fergie's Plumbing and Heating is on the job. And who you gonna call for air filters and spring servicing on your AC unit? Fergalicious. Call Fergie's today, 622-2660. Nothing but love. Fergalicious.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. More than 50% of Americans fall asleep on their sides. That's way better than falling asleep on someone else's side. Here's Mike Winters. On air and online.